ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat.
There are seeds of misdirection, little tiny seeds of, girls don't really do math, or CEOs that are black, they don't exist, or a black person can't be a hedge fund manager. These seeds are planted in our little minds and our psyches from the time we were 8 years old, 9 years old, or whatever.
That's Daphne Jones. She's enjoyed a successful career in leadership roles at major companies like GE and IBM, defying odds as a woman and person of color. Now, she wants to share her success. One piece of advice, always look at the big picture.
Play the long game. Do not look at what you're doing or what people are saying to you or how they're treating you in the short-term perspective. Know that there's 4 quarters to a football game.
Jones's latest book, Win When They Say You Won't, is full of advice like that for young women and minorities aiming to break through. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect that of the staff and management of Good Karma Brands, but are the sole responsibility of the host and guests of this particular show.
America may have many, many days, but they will be full of trouble. There will be no rest. There will be no tranquility in this country until the nation comes to terms with our problems.
Bringing you social and political commentary from his mouth to your ears, breaking down the issues which matter to you.
You're not put here to be a white man's footstool. You're put here to represent the very best in God's word.
Legendary civil rights icon, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, in the studio. Reverend Jackson, how are you?
Mr. Sherwin, good morning on this chilly Milwaukee morning.
And I am pleased to have one of the founding members of the Black Panther Party, Chairman Bobby Seale. Mr. Chairman, how are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing just fine. Thank you.
From Mr. Eric Holder. Mr. Holder, so good to see you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, man. How you been? It's been a long time. Haven't seen you for a while.
The Dr. Cornell West. Dr. West, how are you, sir?
My dear brother, you're so kind, you're so generous, man, but I salute you and the work that you were doing there. Doing a magnificent job there in Wisconsin.
Stream live on 1017thetruth.com. Call in with your questions or comments. 833-212-1017. Join us on social media at 1017 The Truth. It may not be what you expect to hear, but I will definitely give you what you need to know. Are you ready for the truth?
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Sherwin Hughes.
Morning. Welcome to the program. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. I can honestly say in 22 years of working in campaign politics, working at the state, local, and federal government levels, campaigns at the local level, the state level, and the federal level, and even doing government relations work. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. I want to go through some of the numbers just so we can get kind of a scope of how large this campaign has become in such a very short period of time. I don't even know if we are 48 hours out yet. And the groundswell, I can only describe it as an avalanche of support for Vice President Kamala Harris, has just been monumental. She will be in the Milwaukee area. In fact, she will be speaking at West Allis Central High School at some point this afternoon. It is an invitation-only event. You had to have received an invitation via your email. It probably would have been sent to you by the Wisconsin Democratic Party, wisdems.org. If you are seeking more information about that visit, go to info@wisdems.org. Send them an email at info@wisdems.org, or go to the Wisconsin Democratic Party's website for additional details. That is wisdems.org. Tens of thousands of women joined a Zoom call in support of Kamala Harris. In fact, 44,000 participants, mostly black women, and they raised $1.5 million during the meeting. A corresponding call with African-American men titled Rocking with Kamala Harris. Better than 21,000 African-American men joined that call, and they raised something like $1.6 million. All in all, an additional $3 million came rolling in to the Harris campaign on those two calls. Democratic donors unleashed a pent-up flood of cash into the barely established campaign of Kamala Harris, with more than $100 million gushing into Democratic campaign coffers from small grassroots donors. Since Joe Biden's departure, at least $81 million was raised in 24 hours of her campaign, and major donors quickly pledged another $150 million to a Democratic super PAC that initially had been set up to back Biden and is now focused on Harris. Late yesterday, the Harris campaign confirmed that they had raised $81 million and said this adds to the $240 million they already have in the bank, and that is what they inherited from Biden's fundraising efforts. So prior to Joe Biden's announcement and then his subsequent endorsement of his vice president, this is nationwide now. I just want to give you guys a scope of how big this campaign has gotten in a short period of time. Nationally, about 200 people per day were signing up to volunteer for the Biden campaign. This is across all of the states in which there are active and engaged campaigns, okay? About 200 people every 24 hours. And this is with state parties and local campaign offices making pitches to volunteers, posting things on social media, running paid ads. Hey, we need your help to volunteer for the campaign, making phone calls, knocking on doors. So they were getting roughly 200 people per day. In the last 36 hours, there have been 60,000 people that have submitted volunteer information without a pitch. So from 200 a day to 60,000 in less than 2 days. But it's not just Harris who is benefiting from all of these donations. Act Blue, the third-party processor of most Democratic campaign donations of less than $200, the grassroots level of supporters, has a live ticker on their website reporting real-time donations. One website that tracks the ticker found that Sunday was Act Blue's biggest fundraising date in their history. According to the tracker, more than $66,900,000 is being funneled through that site. This haul barely surpasses the single highest day of donations from 4 years ago when Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. By late afternoon yesterday, just about 24 hours from when momentum suddenly began to shift toward Harris, an additional $38 million had been raised from Democratic donors. Assuming that Act Blue's take includes the $81 million that went to Harris's campaign, it would appear that the Democratic donors are giving heavily to other candidates as well. It looks like by the end of the week, the Democrats are going to collect something like $500 million. This is absolute insanity, but it also shows how dedicated and how committed people are, not just to her, but not just Democrats up and down the ticket, to defeating Donald Trump. Now, I owe you guys something now. I owe you guys a Project 2025 conversation. I got some Project 2025 stuff that I'm going to share with you. But even if I give you the details of that, it's going to pale in comparison to just this groundswell of support for the vice president. I have never seen anything like this. And this is how you know people are committed. Because a lot of you all, you follow politics, and I'm glad that you do. A lot of you, most of you, are voters, but the overwhelming majority of you do not give money. You ever want to know what a human being's priorities are, especially in America, particularly in our community? See where they give and where they spend their money. The fundraising advantage that Kamala Harris is going to have is going to be insurmountable. But here's the thing. This is going to be an exceptionally difficult campaign. The Trump campaign is running scared. The amount of time that they spend, the Trump campaign and the Make America Great Again movement, spent telling Joe Biden to drop out. He had to step down. He was too old. He's losing his mind. He doesn't have mental acuity. Joe Biden, you need to drop out. You need to drop out of the race. And guess what he did? Now they're trying to sue to say that that's not fair that he dropped out of the race. I don't know if they remember, but I do. Joe Biden was hinting in the fact that he was only going to be a one-term president anyway. He wanted to be a transformational president to where he was then going to transfer from the old guard to a new guard. And that's exactly what he did. But the fact that the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and the Trump campaign are working together to look at legal challenges because they think it's not fair, because they've got to retool their entire campaign, and that's not fair. But wait a minute. I thought you wanted Joe Biden out of the race because he was too old. Thought you didn't want him in the race. Kamala Harris should be their dream candidate. They can tie her directly to Joe Biden. They can talk about her experience or maybe lack thereof. This should be the ideal matchup for them. But they are scared. They're so scared that they're running to try and sue to stop the Democrats from doing what they legally and legitimately can do. There is no obligation for Joe Biden to run for 2 terms. Where is say that at? I didn't read that rule book where a president absolutely under every circumstance has to run for re-election. He decided to step down. His vice president is the number 2. We've been talking about that here for weeks. None of that is news to you. This is exactly what is allowed and permitted. Now the Republicans are having an absolute fit. Here's how it makes them look bad. So number 1, Trump is the old guy. And I changed my mind. I used to think that, Joe Biden, he's okay. He's fine. He can be 81 years old running for president. No, I changed my mind. 81 is too old. So is 78. It's just too old. You can't really think like you could when you were, in your 50s. You lose something when you get that old. I mean, shout out to all of the people that are 78 and 81 years old or even older that are listening to this program, but y'all are not running for president. Here's the other part that's really going to hurt them, and I hope the Harris campaign takes heed. The Republican Party is now the political party that is soft on crime because their nominee is a felon. I never thought I'd say that the Republicans are now soft on crime. And I say that because in the crimes that Donald Trump, I'm not even going to say what he's been accused of, what he has been convicted of, business fraud in the hush money case and sexual assault of a woman. Where have his consequences been? There have been none because the Republicans are soft on crime, or they're at least soft on crime when it's one of theirs committing the crime. But if any of y'all committed crime, y'all should be thrown under the jail. Let's talk to Julian. You're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. I just wanted to say in response to the shooting of the woman in Springfield, Illinois, I just wanted to send that message. Black Milwaukee, put your thinking caps on. This is what is at stake in November. MAGA cops are watching what message voters send them in November. The question is, of the candidates, who promised immunity to cops who hate scrutiny? Do to me whatever they want with impunity. As you can see, that ain't cool with me or my community. Recruiting me to put them in power, to me, that's lunacy. A president who give his consent to cops shooting me, it's evident. He never should get the opportunity. insulting my intelligence, man. You ain't fooling me. Selling tacky sneakers to people who look like you and me. He needs to apologize to the Central Park Five for all his cruelty. For all his cruelty. November, y'all. Let's reject him in unity. Thank you for taking my call.
So he writes a poem every day. That's what Julian does. I do need to talk about that shooting. That woman called 911. She got shot. Cops been fired, has been charged with first-degree homicide. But no, Trump is promising immunity and scrutiny for you and me. He's selling shoes to people who be walking down the street. And sometimes they be climbing a tree. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth. I'll be right back.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Is Kiana there?
This is she.
Kiana, look, you have won $5,000 from our Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. What was you doing?
I was actually taking a nap.
Hey, wake up. Money calling.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to help my daughter. She's in college.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have 2 really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Garage doors giving you headaches? Best way I know how to deal with it is to call my friends at Geis. Family owned since 1955, Geis is the trusted authority on garage doors and openers in southeastern Wisconsin. Trust me, I use them too. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to match your exact needs. For fast, reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com or call 262-784-4250. GeisDoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
What do you get when you combine grilled-to-order deliciousness with only the finest Wisconsin cheeses? Cousin Sub's new Wisconsin cheese steaks, featuring either steak or chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, sautéed onions, and their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. It's a match made in dairy heaven. And the decadence doesn't stop there. Pair your Wisconsin cheesesteak with their new Orange Dream Shake. All are available for a limited time only. Order in store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is a story about control. My control. Control of what I say, control of what I do. And this time I'm gonna do it my way. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Are we ready? I am. 'Cause it's all about control. And I've got lots of it.
Our phone number is 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. You can call, you can text, and oh, look, we have Bob on the line. Bob, sit down for a second. I'll be with you in a minute.
You know, Bob is all right with me, though.
Of course he is, because he probably wants to be your sugar daddy.
No, not just because of that. He is Coleman Love. I didn't know he was the bros. I love Bob even more.
Okay, be careful now, because he'll come up here with a pocket full of money, Savannah. Just saying.
That's what the bros are supposed to do. He's doing it right.
We're not today, Savannah. We're staying on task.
Okay, sorry.
We ain't talking about what bros are supposed to do when it comes. So according to you, men are just supposed to give women just random money. Like, oh, make a girl feel better. Cash app her $500. That kind of stuff.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but like, you know, you just make sure I'm taken care of, and whatever that looks like in whatever capacity, that's nice.
Okay. How about this? I got a better idea. Cash app Kamala Harris $500 so she can beat that monster.
Tell them that.
The Democratic National Committee is moving ahead with plans to hold a virtual vote in which delegates are expected to name Vice President Kamala Harris as the party's new nominee ahead of next month's convention. So she's got a fundraising advantage of, I don't know, by the end of the week, probably be $400, $450, maybe $500 million. There is no other Democrat anywhere in the country. There's no member of Congress. There is no elected Democratic governor or mayor that can beat those fundraising numbers in that short amount of time. The party is unified. And for people that think that there's going to be this mix-up and this toss-up, there's going to be a brokered convention, literally impossible. I'm going to give you this number, and I'm going to come back to that number because I want to see exactly how many delegates Kamala has after about 48 hours since Joe Biden has dropped out of the race. Also, should let you know, Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, who is the Majority Leader in the U.S. Senate, have all come out and endorsed Kamala Harris. There was a bit of skepticism as to why those top tier Democrats had not endorsed Kamala Harris as of yet, because there are conversations that need to take place in order for those individuals to give their endorsement. Obviously, Chuck Schumer has got a different kind of calculus that he needs Kamala Harris and her campaign to understand that we have to have a certain strategy to increase the Democratic majority in the Senate. And then also Hakeem Jeffries and Nancy Pelosi also want to know what the strategy is to get the House majority. Nancy Pelosi, if you want to understand her, and she's, whether you like her or not, she's going to go down in history as one of the greatest speakers in this nation. Whether you like it or not, that is what the facts are going to be. But she is concerned about the House. That has always been her concern. She wants the Democrats to maintain control of the House. That is what her guiding principle is. So whatever needs to be done for the Democrats in the House to have the majority, that is where Nancy Pelosi is at. And she was not going to give her endorsement of Kamala Harris until Nancy Pelosi heard something that satisfied that end. Now let's talk to Bob. You're on 1017 The Truth. How are you?
Hello, Sherwin. If you just don't stop me, I'll make an excellent point. 2 points. Electorals is one of the major reasons Trump is toast. Those are two boys, Republican boys, trying to be men. I was a boy. I know what a boy is, and now I'm a man. I know what a man is. And those are two boys trying to be a man. And, you know, and the take I got when Biden quit was this. That at first I thought Kamala Harris should say, hey, I think maybe Nimitz should be president and he can pick me to be vice president or president.
Maybe who?
And I should... President, he can pick me to be vice president. I'm sorry.
What? Wait, stop, Bob. Who should be president and pick Kamala as vice president? What name did you say?
Nimitz. Don't let me make this point. Don't mess with me now.
Who is Nimitz? Who in the hell is that?
Governor from California.
Gavin, stop. Gavin Newsom, you said his name is Nimitz.
I knew what you meant.
How in the hell did you know what he meant? You weren't speaking English. What's a nemesis? Where do you get nemesis from Gavin or Newsom? Even if you combine the letters, you don't get nemesis. Go on, man. Go on.
Okay. Now, let's see. When those are two boys trying to be men. I was right there. Let me see. And then the fact that I was going to say Kamala Harris should have done what Biden did, back off. However, it seems like Kamala Harris has gotten a lot of steam. But whoever the Democratic nominee is, I will vote for. And Trump is toast, man. The electorals, that's what they're there for. They will not allow an individual who joked about a person getting hit on the head with a hammer, didn't warn us about COVID-19 and thousands died, would be the leader of the free world. They want the electoral. That's everything else is how many votes you win. The presidency is the only one that's electoral. So it doesn't make any difference.
Do I need to explain what the Electoral College is? You think that these are people that are independent, that if Trump wins the popular vote in a large number of states, you believe that members of the Electoral College who were literally picked by the Republican and Democratic parties would vote for somebody else? Do you really think that that would actually happen, Bob? In fact, they even have fake members of the Electoral College in which our senator here in Wisconsin was complicit in picking. So no, the Electoral College is not an independent thinking group of people. They are partisans. They have been selected by their party to award their vote to the person that wins the popular vote in their states. They are not independent. Now, they can exercise independence, and only maybe 2 or 3 of the 535 of them do, but it's exceptionally rare. So I don't want anyone to think that the Electoral College members that are individual people are going to exercise some independence in the event that Trump wins the Electoral College, because if they did exercise said independence, there would be a civil war. So I don't want anybody thinking that.
Your state is the only state, not the only state, but one of the few states that the popular vote, the electoral has to go by that, because that's the law. There's a lot of states.
Bob, stop. Stop. We're not the only state. That is how presidents are selected. The Electoral College, they exist in every state. Do you know what the Electoral College is? You take the number of U.S. senators, which is 2, plus the number of members of the House of Representatives, and you add those numbers together, and that is what the Electoral College vote is, and the first one to get to 270 becomes president. Wisconsin is not an anomaly. That happens in every single state.
No, I know that. I'm saying that Wisconsin is not the only state that the popular vote, the electoral, have to vote with the popular vote. There's many other states that don't have to do that, and that's why
technically none of them. Why am I arguing with you? Technically, none of them have to do it, but that's rare. In fact, it's probably non-existent in all of political history. Bob, can I go now? I gotta go. My mama's on the other line. I gotta talk to mama. I gotta call. Take a look.
Talk to you later.
No, you won't.
Okay.
I don't want to have to do a tutorial. Tutorial? Electoral? I'm over here messing up my own words. It's electoral. He says electoral.
Damn.
Do I have to do a tutorial on how the Electoral College works? Savanna, why are you shaking your head? You should know how it works. I'm not.
First of all, I can't advocate for the people. Clearly, I'm. You know what? I'm not even going to do this today. I just am advocating for the people. Maybe they need a refresher. I was just trying to be kind. I know what the Electoral College is and the vote and all those things. Thank you.
I think Bob is the only one that's confused. Do you see why somebody in their 70s is too old to run for president? You know what I mean? Shout out to Bob. Bob, we love you a lot. We do. But Bob shouldn't be running for anything. Okay, let's take a break.
Okay.
When you play that, when he's talking, people think that that's actually him saying that.
Exactly.
All right. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 101.7 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
We're at a turning point in Milwaukee's political history as we go towards the end of this year and into 2025. The choices we make now will have a lasting impact on our city in the future. The impending financial difficulties necessitate a cooperative strategy that unites every aspect of our society to create long-term fixes. There has never been any question about the tenacity and the spirit of Milwaukeeans, and it is this strength that we need to utilize more than ever. Our future depends on creative problem solving, utilizing cross-border alliances, and being dedicated to making sure that all Milwaukeans' voices, especially those of the historically marginalized, are acknowledged and heard during the policymaking process. Prioritizing equitable development will ensure that long-standing imbalances are addressed and economic growth will benefit all Milwaukee citizens. You know, it's essential to make investments in Milwaukee's public services, infrastructure, educational systems in order to both prevent the budget crisis and create a more robust and energetic city. Now, as we traverse these obstacles, let us never forget that our community is our most valuable resource. And by working together, we can overcome any challenge and create a future that embodies Milwaukee's greatest qualities, which are resilience, being inclusive, and being a successful city.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome back to the program. All right, Savanna, let's hear it. Savanna says she has a new hotkey, and I want to hear it. It's of me. Okay. It's something I said yesterday. I said a lot of stuff yesterday. Well, what is it? I'm not moving forward till I hear it, because if I don't like it, you got to delete it.
I have some technical things I have to do first before we can play it, so maybe later.
Why I got to wait to hear my own voice on my show?
Just got to, sorry.
All right. Linda asked a question. Can you explain a delegate and how that involves our state? So what requirements are there to be a delegate? So a delegate is an individual that is chosen by the state party. They do, so county parties submit, let me figure this out because I know I haven't done this in a long time. All right. The state of Wisconsin has a certain number of Democratic delegates and Republican delegates that are chosen by the state party. So at the county level, let's say I'm a member of the Wisconsin Democratic Party, but I'm also a member of the Milwaukee County Democratic Party. I would then have to win a vote amongst other members of the Milwaukee County Democratic Party to be considered a delegate. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes unless they have changed the rules. Now, I've not been a member of the state of Wisconsin Democratic Party since 2006 because I started disagreeing with how they were doing business and how they were not paying more attention and being more engaging of the African American community. I used to be vice chair of the Milwaukee County Democratic Party, and we would have our meetings at the Pettit Ice Center, and we always suggested having the meetings in a more central location, like in the city of Milwaukee, instead of a surrounding suburb somewhere on the north side where we can engage more African Americans who are the heart, soul, core, and base of the Democratic Party. But I called them the blue hairs because the people at the time that were involved in the county Democratic Party were all really, really old white people, like Joe Biden, Donald Trump, old white people that were just disconnected and out of touch. So delegates are basically selected by those people. Now, I don't know what the party is. Now, I know since then we've had a black chair of the Milwaukee County Democratic Party. I have no idea who the chair is right now, but they have always been, in my opinion, averse to the future of the Dem Party, which is black women. You can't argue with that. There's a black woman at the top of the ticket right now for the Democrats. So I noticed that something was amiss a long time ago. And I'm still supporting the Democratic Party and Democratic causes. I believe in the party platform because it actually speaks to the issues, not all of them, but speaks to some of the issues that African Americans have. But I was not going to financially support it until they did right by me. So whatever, it's fine. So hopefully that explains it. I would have to win a number of votes from Milwaukee County Democratic Party members in order to be a delegate. And then if I'm selected as a delegate, I then would go to Chicago and sit with the Wisconsin delegation because at the conventions, you have states sit together. You got the Oregon and Washington and Hawaii and Iowa, and then they do the roll call at the convention. It's all pomp and circumstance because 9 times out of 10, the nominee has already been selected. They've already collected their delegates, the pledged delegates, et cetera, et cetera. Wisconsin, I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I pledge all 97 Wisconsin delegates to Kamala Harris. And everybody messes themselves, and they cheer, and they clap, and do their... That's what happens. But it's just a ceremony. When no delegates are selected by... Now, there's some variation in how different states do it. State parties sometimes select their delegates, but I think it's all through an election process. In Milwaukee County, they vote on who they want their delegates to be. Who of these members of the Milwaukee County Democratic Party they want to send to the convention to represent Democratic voters at the convention. All right. Katie wants to know, will we hear President Harris live today? No, because it is a closed engagement. It is invite only. So this trip, she's coming, I have the details of it. She's coming to West Dallas Central High School. Doors open at 10:30. They say you can't arrive any later than noon. The security protocols, as you can imagine, have gone up dramatically. Well, she already had Secret Service protection because she's the vice president, but I'd imagine they probably added more Secret Service protection and they're being more stringent on the rules for a couple of reasons. She is essentially the Democratic nominee, and there has been, let's just say, some snafus with Secret Service protection going back about 10 days or so. So the security is very, very heightened. In fact, they didn't even release where the vice president was going to be until late last night. I wasn't on the invite list because I'm a member of the media, but people who were on the invite list, they didn't even get their information till like 10 o'clock last night because you got to keep these things under wraps. Because when you disclose where a dignitary is going to be, it gives people who might want to do harm to that dignitary more time to plan. So they kept it under wraps. So I don't know what time she's speaking. I know that I did put in a request to get her in studio. Literally impossible. If you could imagine how much more in demand she actually is now. She was always fairly high demand. But now that she's a Democratic nominee, she's going to be much tougher. Like, I used to could just, like, make one phone call or one text message and get Kamala on the air with us within, like, 3 days. Now, Sherwin wait in line. But I know Kamala. Yeah, everybody knows her. Calm down. Wait in line. We'll get back to you when we get back to you. So I am still holding out hope that we will get her in the studio. Now, that's a difficult process as well because some of my colleagues can't be here because you got to submit your Social Security number to the Secret Service. And if you got certain infractions in your background, you can't even be anywhere around the dignitary. Y'all didn't know that? Oh, they can't just let her waltz through here. You know, it would be funny if a lot of the folks upstairs, a lot of TMJ4 folks, not TMJ4, 620 TMJ, I better get that right. A lot of them might have to get escorted out of the building because they may not pass the background check. I mean, I don't know what those people do. I don't know 87% of the people I work with. And I hope they're not playing my show on the speakers upstairs because that would be terribly embarrassing. They already don't like me. Savanna, can you play the hotkey, please? I'd like to hear it. Do you have it? Hell no. I say that 10 times a day. Get that one ready for the callers that we take. All right, I want to get you guys the latest delegate count. If you haven't noticed, what I'm doing is, so there's a whole bunch of people in the media universe that have all this speculation like, oh, the Democrats are going to be in disarray at the convention and another Democrat is going to rise up and try to challenge Kamala Harris. And, oh, Kamala Harris is not going to get the necessary delegates. Oh, Kamala Harris is not going to be able to raise the money. So when I hear those things, I want to provide facts to dispel the myth and the rumors that are coming from people that are not politically astute. That is why moving forward, I'm going to be much more strict and stringent on people that have misinformation because I can't have that going out on this show because everyone that listens to this program has got to be more politically astute than everybody else. Now, there's other programs where you can call in with your nonsense, your BS, your lies, your fake news, and your conspiracies and all that other stuff, but just you can't do it here. This is going to be a beacon of honesty and the truth. All right, let me see how many delegates this lady has. She has enough, but I want to get you guys a better count. Where's my article at? Here it is. Okay. The Democratic National Committee is moving ahead with plans to hold a virtual vote in which delegates are expected to name Vice President Harris as the party's new nominee ahead of next month's convention. DNC Chairman Jamie Harrison says DNC officials will hold an electronic roll call by August 7. That news comes as the Associated Press reports that Harris has secured enough delegate commitments to lock up the nomination. Harris said late Monday in a statement that she is proud to have secured broad support needed to become the party's nominee. Well, how many does she have? So she needs 1,976 delegates. So these are individual representatives from state and local Democratic parties all over the country. Delegates are selected in those states, in those counties, okay? And then it takes 1,976 people that are Democratic delegates to say, yes, we want Kamala Harris, okay? So that's how many she needs. Now, there's like 3,900 total delegates. To lock up the nomination, you need, I believe, the simple majority, which is 1,976, okay? Typically, these delegates are awarded at the convention, but because Ohio is trying to cheat, you know, they've got a Republican legislature and they've got a Republican governor there. So what Ohio does is they force parties, this time the Democratic Party, to have their nominee in place for a certain period of time. So 90 days needs to take place between the party's selection of their nominee before they can appear on the ballot. Meaning, if the Democrats would have gone to a brokered convention and would have left the convention not sure who the nominee was, Ohio could legally keep a Democrat's name off of the ballot. So that's why they have to hurry up and do this virtual vote so they're not interfering with that 90-day window. Does that make sense to y'all? The state of Ohio needs, okay, good. They need a 90-day window in which between the election and when the candidate is selected at convention in order to appear on the ballot. So if there are any snafus or mix-ups or brokered conventions, if there is not a full 90 days of a selected nominee, you will not appear on the ballot in Ohio. Bunch of other states are trying to do this as well because they know they're cooked. The Republicans don't want to look like the ones that are soft on crime, but they are. It's so ironic that they would nominate a felon, but then they say they're the party of law and order. No, you're not. Y'all going to have to stop saying you're the party of law and order. In fact, if you continue to say you're the party of law and order, I'm going to sue you. Sherwin Hughes versus Republican Party. And it would get thrown up by the Supreme Court, but whatever. Okay. She needs 1,976 delegates. Let's see. An Associated Press survey finds Kamala Harris has secured the support of enough Democratic delegates to become her party's nominee against Donald Trump. The survey is an unofficial tally, as delegates may vote for the candidate of their choice when the party picks its new nominee. Under current Democratic Party rules, a candidate will need the support of 1,976 delegates on the first ballot of that vote to win the nomination. So let me give you a scope of time here. President Joe Biden stepped down essentially and said he would not seek his party's nomination about 1:15 Central Standard Time on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, so we're not even 48 hours out, okay? As of right now, less than 48 hours from Joe Biden saying he was not going to seek his party's nomination and his endorsement of Kamala Harris, she has 2,688 delegates.
Damn!
In less than 2 days. So that eliminates the possibility of any other Democrat getting 1,976 delegates. Who is this? Rob the conspiracy theorist. Oh, good God. He's going to have to sit there for a minute. Rob, your conspiracy theory can wait. So I'm sure it's not going to change in the amount of time that I need to finish this segment. So sit down for a second, Rob. Here are the states that have pledged all of their delegates to Kamala Harris. Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California. That's a big prize. They have 318 delegates in California. Colorado, Connecticut, Florida with their 210 delegates. Georgia with their 98. Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts. Michigan has pledged all of their delegates to Kamala Harris. Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri. Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, 124 delegates in New Jersey. All of these have to add up to at least 1976. She currently has 2,688 delegates. New York, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota. The Northern Mariana Islands have not selected her yet. They have 0 delegates anyway. Screw them. Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and their 159 delegates. Puerto Rico, ay, Boricua. Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee. Tennessee was the first state to give all their delegates to Kamala Harris. They did that on Sunday. She basically became the heir apparent about 1:15, 1:30 on Sunday. Joe Biden steps down, essentially not seeking his party's nomination at 1:15. Tennessee said, we'll be the first ones. Yeah, absolutely. We'll give all of our delegates to Kamala Harris. We don't even need to read nothing about what she's going to do. Texas with their 237 delegates. Utah, Vermont, the Virgin Islands, Yaman, Virginia, West Virginia, Wisconsin with our 76 delegates, and the state of Wyoming. Take a break, come back. Did he say that he was a conspiracy theorist, Savanna, or you added that on the notes?
No, I asked him what his name was, and that is what he told me.
All right, everybody, stay tuned for me to dispel another conspiracy theory on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I need to let you know the award-winning Tory Lowe Show can now be streamed live on YouTube every day from 1 to 4. I am now bringing all the smoke on YouTube every single weekday. I need you to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and check out the award-winning Tory Lowe Show live every afternoon. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Now that's powerful.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year in 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
Come escape to Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy stunning lakeside views, on-site golf, award-winning spa, and numerous dining options, including 1878 on the lake. Dive into the pools, explore water sports, or relax by the lakeside fire pits. Experience Lake Lawn Resort's newly renovated guest rooms, part of a multi-million-dollar upgrade for ultimate comfort and luxury. Whether it's a romantic getaway, family vacation, or corporate retreat, Lake Lawn Resort has it all. Book your stay at Lake Lawn Resort today and discover the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation.
Truth Nation, join the Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, July 27th for their prestigious Wine, Women, and Wings Red Carpet Affair and fundraiser. Enjoy food, drinks, music, fellowship, and fun at this summer event. So join them Saturday, July 27th, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at St. Francis Parish, 1937 North Bell Phillips Avenue. Tickets can be purchased on their website at claww.org/events.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Craig wants to know, Sherwin, where is the moral code in this country? Where's the common sense in this country? It's so blurred now, these foundational lines in humanity, that people are willing to give up things for popularity, for money, for belief. I pose this question to Truth Nation. Would you take a convicted prisoner out of prison, one who's done the same things as Trump, bring them into your home and let them govern it, run it, and your family? Well, no. The Trump phenomenon is and it isn't unique. If you look at the rise of populism in other countries like Europe, there's an explanation for it. I suppose at some point I should explain the rise of Donald Trump's popularity, and his support is essentially immobile. I also owe y'all some Project 2025 stuff. Wow, let's talk to. All right, Rob, go ahead.
Good morning, Sherwin.
Oh, God.
No conspiracy theories this morning. I just had a question about the announcement you made this morning and how you'll be screening your calls moving forward. That won't be for, like, opposite points of view.
No.
So
you can have an opposite point of view, and I actually appreciate those because it requires me to think. But people that just spew stuff that is factually completely inaccurate, or somebody will manufacture a fact based on their emotions, that I'm not doing.
Right, I think, but as long as they got facts to back it up, you're good with that.
Sure, but they got to be real facts, though, because somebody will think that something is a fact because they believe it, and that's not actually true.
And lastly, will this also apply to the talk to text line and the YouTube chat, as far as the
So I don't have any control over, like, I don't really censor unless people are threatening or overly offensive. I don't care what people say in the text line. YouTube chat's a little bit different because YouTube can actually monitor and delete comments depending upon what people say. So that stuff isn't really up to me. There are other digital moderators of that content.
All right. Well, thank you. Enjoying the show as always.
Hold on. You don't got a conspiracy theory for me?
No, not today. Not today.
Thank you. All right. Conspiracy theorists. He over here seeing how far he can go. That's what it is. He over here trying to test my waters. Why y'all always testing me? Why don't y'all ever test Carrie and Ben? Why don't y'all test Denise and Tellez? Actually, Savanna, I don't know if you saw it, but so when I came in here to start preparing for my show, Tellez was in here, and he was at this computer right here. He was typing. He had his face real close to the computer monitor screen, and he was typing real intensely. I said, damn, Tellez, you really into that text message. Like, hold on, dog. I got to respond to this son of a gun right here. And Tellez is, I'm serious, the most even-tempered human being I think I've ever met. Now, on their show, Tellez can get kind of animated, but like as a human being, Tellez is just even-keeled, right? Just cool as a cucumber, right? He was texting this sucker. He was, oh, yeah. You know how when somebody really into it, they start moving their head back and forth. He's, oh, sucker, you ain't going to do this. And I read the message that he sent to somebody, and Tellez actually blocked somebody. Now, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read what that person texted in to Denise and Tellez's show, because I don't do that. I don't read my colleagues' text messages because them text messages ain't meant for me. But you should read it, Savanna. Don't read it out loud, though. But Tellez read, dude, the riot act. But I'm familiar with this person, this troll, because y'all don't know this, but like a lot of people just say really, really horrible stuff to us. And mostly it's because they're jealous. And they have their opinions, but they don't have a platform for their opinions. But really they do. Everybody has a platform for their opinions because everybody has a social media. Everybody has an X account, or it's easy to get one. It's free. Everybody has a social media, Instagram, or a Facebook. They're free to make. And you guys can put your thoughts and your opinions all over your social media. Here's the thing. When your thoughts and your opinions are stupid and wrong and offensive and disrespectful, they're not going to get any traction. And so those people who have those stupid and wrong and ignorant comments, then they text them to us to try and get traction, and we're not going to give them any traction either. What is not going to happen in this election cycle is for fake news and misinformation to influence the outcome, because the stakes for this election are larger than any other we have seen. And I know you've heard that before, but we have never been facing these obstacles like we are facing them right now. And in my opinion, this is my view, there really is only one way to go if you want to have an America that you can still recognize and be proud of. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Truth Nation, join me and my Truth teammates for my Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer series this Friday, July 26th from 4 until 7 p.m. at Mo Bay Cafe, located at 1022 South 1st Street in Milwaukee. This will be an exciting night as we're going to give away Chula Vista Resort stays, and Dr. Ken will be broadcasting his show live from 4 until 6. And get this, everyone who attends will receive a free ticket to the Wisconsin State Fair. So mark your calendars for this Friday, July 26th from 4 until 7 p.m. at Mo Bay Cafe.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Tellez Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hit segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Loss of sight won't blind our vision. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Welcome to Hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. In an unprecedented display of unity and determination, over 50,000 black men gathered on a Zoom call hosted by Roland Martin's Black Star Network, raising over $1.3 million for Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential campaign. This powerful show of support came just a day after 40,000 black women joined a similar call, generating about $2 million for Harris and sending a resounding message of solidarity and resolve. I've heard for a long time, black people can't come together on anything. If we just came together, it is a rallying cry on Black Talk Radio. That is the solution for everything that we see in our community. Poverty, joblessness, low levels of education, undisciplined children, crime, violence, guns, property crime, you name it. If we just came together, people say, it's like this ultimate wish of African American community members. We just got to come together. If we only came together, we could fix all these problems. I do not want us to ignore the times in which we do come together, because I think people have this thing fixated in their mind that we're going to come together on every single nuanced issue that impacts human beings everywhere around the world. That is impossible. It is impossible. But there are ways in which we do come together and galvanize our support and move in unison. Now, it may not be your ideal way of coming together, but you still have to respect because African Americans have a bunch of different opinions. We don't always agree, and I don't want us to always agree. There needs to be some difference. There needs to be some debate and discussion. I just hope it doesn't turn into being disagreeable. But we all have different perspectives on life. We all have different experiences. We've had different opportunities that makes us who we are. And sharing those differences that we have, different experiences, levels of education, it makes us very unique, but it also gives us different perspectives on what solutions are. So we do come together when it's time. And this is one of those times. It's a unique moment in history that I didn't think that I would see another one of these for a long time. And she's not African American. I don't want to get into the semantics of it. I don't want it. She's black. Jamaica's black. And she went to an HBCU.
She's black.
Thank you.
She's black.
But I just can't say African American.
No.
Oh, well, hang on. Let's get technical just for a second now. So Jamaica, absolutely a part of the slave trade, okay? So if you're Jamaican, you are of African descent. Kamala Harris was born in America to a father that was Jamaican, but he's black. So she's American. His descent is from Africa. Black people wasn't born in Jamaica.
Right, but she's not African American, though, ethnicity-wise. But racially, she's black, and that's totally fine.
And I need to find a way to make her African American. She's an American. Her father is of African descent by way of Jamaica.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, she's African American, if that's how you want to put it.
That sounded real patronizing and kind of condescending.
What?
But whatever. She's black. She went to an HBCU, and she's was she a Kappa?
Hey, get it right, man.
She's an Alpha.
She's an AKA, Alpha Kappa Alpha,
okay.
Yes.
That's credibility.
For sure. Absolutely.
I know a whole bunch of black people that didn't go to HBCUs, and they're not members of fraternities and sororities, and we don't question their blackness. Hell, I went to UW Milwaukee.
Yeah, no, I don't think we should be. I'm definitely not questioning. If somebody is, then that's really crazy.
Okay. People are always going to split hairs. You got to be a purist, whatever. So to me, she's black. Black enough.
Well, do you want to know one small thing before you get to your seriousness? It's actually it's happy. It's not like unserious. Can I say something?
You gonna say it anyway, Savanna.
Okay. Well, no, this morning, so I was, going to my car, and this black lady, she saw me, right? And so I saw her, and it just was a vibe, like, girl, let me say hi to her. Like, and we both had that same mindset. And she waited for me, and she was like, hey, girl, we gave each other just love. And that confirmed in my head, the hoo-yah are coming together.
That's right.
The fact I've never had any black people really speak to me in my apartment for real. Mm-hmm. So I just knew. I said, yep, we got the news. We saw the bat signal. We got to come together.
That's right. There are things that, because we can be like stuck up, because we look at each other like, who are you? How come I don't know you? If you were somebody, I would know you. We're real weird like that.
Especially in nice neighborhoods. Like, black people be gatekeeping.
I know. Because look, and it's crazy. We will look at, we're in the same nice neighborhood as them, okay? But we'll look at them and ask, well, how did you get here? Who are your white friends that got you here? Who co-signed your lease? You know what I mean? We got to stop doing that. But when our backs are against the wall, we do know to come together. I just don't want our individuality as black people to turn into animosity. I also have had a problem with this thing, and I got to be real specific when I describe it because I'm going to offend somebody. There's a phenomenon of like keeping it real. Like, to keep it real, you got to be hood, you got to be street. Why is it that we consider realness our lowest common denominator? Right? That is how you are judged on being real and authentic. But I'm living in the hood. I get shot at. I'm real. That's terrible. I don't want that to be a representation of all the wonderful things that we are. Well, Sherwin, he don't keep it real. First of all, Sherwin bought a house in the hood. Big difference between renting wherever you can and investing your money in my godforsaken property taxes in the hood. I just don't like how we gauge and judge each other's blackness by just how poor you've been and how many times you've been to jail. Like, that's no other race of people do that. White people don't be like, yo, I'm from the Whitmore Land trailer park. You know what I'm saying? I smoke so much meth. I keep it real as a white. They don't do that. They gauge their success by the heights they climb. We seem to gauge our authenticity by how low we've been. I mean, I get it, right? You've had some struggles, but then celebrate your successes and then let that be the story of blackness instead of us having to look at the lowest common denominator and say, oh, yeah, I read on a third grade level. You can't keep it realer than me. And then even when they'll put something like that on the internet, you can't keep it realer than me. I graduated from MPS and I don't read so good. I keeps it real. I'm authentic. And they'll spell everything wrong in their post. I don't like that. We're very smart, intelligent people. and we do come together when we need to. I just wish we did a little bit more often for other things. The men's call, led by Roland Martin, and co-hosted by Bakari, Sellers, and others, was a powerful statement against former President Donald Trump, who had been twice impeached, convicted of 34 felonies, and found liable for sexual assault. Martin, visibly moved, tweeted, quote, "I have no words, and not just because I'm tired. My Black Star Network just told me that 53,862 people registered for our hashtag Win with Black Men video call. We raised $1.3 million and counting from 17,000 donors." Bakari Sellers shared a poignant story that underscored Harris's compassion and unwavering support. He recounted a harrowing time in 2019 when one of his twin daughters was born with a rare liver condition. The first person to call me was Kamala Harris. "I'm not sure people understand the pain and suffering that goes along with being a black man in this country," Sellers said. "I'm not sure people understand what it means to stand strong in this country, to have your back against the wall. But I'm going to stand with her because she stood with me during my darkest moment when I almost lost my daughter, when I had to protect my wife." I think that's beautiful. I did listen to her. I sometimes don't know what your intention is when you play that particular sound effect. Are you being sincere? Are you being sarcastic? I don't know. So
it's truly up to your interpretation. This hotkey thing is an art. You know?
How long you been here, Savanna? About 4 months, 5 months, not even.
I'm seeing the art in it. That's what makes it beautiful. When I start, I'm loving my job.
I'm glad you love it, and we love you too, but you have put more hotkeys. This is why we can't come together. Also come to find out that when you play the karate sound effect, that's supposed to be ninja.
Yes.
Like ninja, not the karate master ninja, like the colloquialism for Negroes.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's actually racist, but it's fine.
Oh.
We all have a little racism in us. A little bit. Made me lose my whole damn train of thought. How about I read some text messages?
Okay.
Here, let's go to page 1. I think I read these already. Al just sent me a link. Let me click on the link in a little while, Al. I'm not clicking on it yet. Ray says, Sherwin, en route to see the president. I'm just putting it out there. Not hopeful, the president. The power of putting it in the universe and making it happen. This is going to take effort on all of our parts. It feels better than 2008 because I was unsure up until actual election night that Barack Obama would win. I was not sure. I felt the energy. I felt the magic. I saw his campaign, how it was hopeful, how it was inspiring people all over the place, and how people seemed for a moment to put our racial differences aside, because there was a part of Barack Obama that I think every American could relate to. There was some part of his story, his history, his family, his upbringing that everyone can relate to. And it was a beautiful moment. So even had Barack Obama lost, I would have said, oh, well, this was still an optimistic moment that millions of people still came together, coalesced behind, and voted for and donated to Barack Obama. But then when he won, it was different. The feeling I got, because Barack Obama won in a landslide. We knew by like 9:30 that he was going to be the next president. And so then I got that energy. And I remember I was watching it at a friend's house, and we had a whole bunch of food, and we were just going to watch the election results come in. We also were told, like, oh, this is going to be a close election. It's going to take all night, because we all still remember what happened in the year 2000. When I went to bed, it was one president. When I woke up, it was another one. So we were in for a long night. But once we saw these states were calling, and Barack Obama, NBC News calls it for Barack Obama in Ohio and Pennsylvania and Virginia and South Carolina, whatever the case was, then we got that burst of energy. And I remember the Obama campaign had their headquarters at the Hilton Hotel downtown. And so I'm sitting with my guy and his wife, and he's like, maybe we should head down to the Hilton and just see what's going on down there, because it look like this brother gonna win. I said, yeah, let's head down there. We couldn't even get close to the Hilton because people just stopped their cars in the middle of the street. They're honking their horns. White people were giving out free hugs. I was like, look at the whites. It was, come here, here, Negro. Come here and hug me. Get over it. Bring it in, Blackie. And they were just hugging everybody. And it was just so beautiful. Like that energy that we felt when we knew that Barack Obama was going to win. That's the energy that I felt when Joe Biden stepped down like a true patriot because Joe Biden put country first. That I felt that energy on Sunday, and I felt it again when I heard her first stump speech. Did y'all get a chance to hear that? If you haven't, I should play it. So Kamala has decided to keep Joe Biden's campaign manager. Good move. She is also keeping her headquarters the same as Joe Biden's campaign headquarters in Delaware. So she went to the campaign office in Delaware, and she's giving her stump speech. But Joe Biden was on speakerphone, and I didn't know he was on speakerphone. So she's going on and on, talking about all of the different things, and then she's seen Donald Trump's type before. And then she said out of nowhere, Joe, I know you're listening. And Joe was on the phone. He said, yep. He said, I see you, kid. I see you, kid. I love you. Like that, right? That was beautiful. Savanna.
That was with good intent.
Okay. So you're admitting the other ones are not.
But no, I just know that moving forward, I may have to explain a little bit more, but it's still an art, so it's up to everybody's interpretation.
I don't know what more you all want from Joe Biden and what he has done and what he has tried to do. First of all, he helped Barack Obama win, and he served with Barack Obama admirably. He never stole the spotlight from him. He helped Barack Obama govern. I think he was a wise source of sage advice and counsel to Barack Obama, so much so that Barack Obama's last official act as president is he gave then Vice President Joe Biden the Presidential Medal of Honor. I think it's the Medal of Freedom. And Joe Biden teared up. I remember that. But that was also Barack Obama communicating to us, hey, everybody, I've been sitting with this dude for 8 years. He's a good one. If he decides to run for president, because I'm giving him this Presidential Medal of Freedom, I want you all to know that I have vetted him more than the Secret Service did. I vetted him more than just the part of vetting during the campaign. I vetted him as a human being, as a man, as someone who helped me lead the federal government. He is okay with me. And then Joe Biden, I believe, has arguably one of the best single terms in office, improving the economy, staving off recession, beating back the pandemic, even though he has COVID, which, whatever, you guys know how I feel about that. $35 insulin, protecting the Affordable Care Act, and appointing more black women to the federal bench, including a black Supreme Court justice, and has a black woman as his vice presidential running mate. And now he has turned the keys over to her. The future of the nation has been turned over to a black woman, all because of Joe Biden. So he may not have improved your life. Your kids may still act up and come home late, and your kids might be a Kia child, a Kia boy or a Kia girl. President ain't gonna fix that, but what he can do is inspire hope for our people, and I think that he did. Now, if Kamala wins, we're gonna have a number of people to thank. But in those people that we have to thank, let's not forget about then former President Joe Biden. Deal? Deal. Okay, I'm take a break, come back. Continue our conversation and read some of your text messages at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. And also should be noted that prior to Joe Biden saying he was not seeking his party's nomination, the Democratic Party was getting about 200 volunteer signups per day. And that was with making pitches for more volunteers to make phone calls and knock on doors. Without a pitch, since Joe Biden has decided he is not going to seek his party's nomination and Kamala Harris now has enough delegates to be the nominee, 60,000 people have submitted volunteer applications to the Democratic National Committee and state parties all over the country. That is phenomenal. This is the kind of support that we need. Barack Obama didn't get this kind of support. In fact, black folks was like, I'm not sure about him. Let's wait and see. And then when he won Iowa, when he beat Hillary Clinton in Iowa, black folks were like, if the whites in Iowa think he's okay, well, then maybe I'll come around. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it is the effective communication coach, Denise Thomas from Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Look, y'all, I got to let you know that the best morning show on planet Earth is now streaming live on YouTube every weekday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, Truth Telling Hits with Telly and Truth Swiping are coming at you live and in color every weekday on YouTube. So go to YouTube right now to subscribe to 1017 The Truth and watch Telly and I do our thing and get your morning started off right. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Everywhere in America, families are struggling with an all-too-common problem.
She missed school again.
Again?
Something is going on. She's secretive.
Should we check her backpack?
When you suspect a family member has a substance use disorder, it's hard to know what to do next.
We need to talk to her.
Starting the conversation is the first step to getting help. Visit SAMHSA at samhsa.gov/families for tips. Or for treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Join an unforgettable weekend of summer fun when the Brewers play the Marlins July 26th through the 28th. Be here for Yacht Rock Night on Friday and a Hawaiian shirt giveaway Saturday. Get your seats at brewers.com.
My name is Adrienne, and I was hurt in a car accident. What Gruber Law Office has done for me was made me feel safe. It didn't cost me anything, just one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Eight 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. So, Al, the first link you sent was broken. It said it's been removed, so ain't no telling what the hell that was. The second one you sent, Al, I've seen that before where they say it is a former FBI agent in the crowd when Donald Trump when there was the attempted assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania at that rally. I think it's unsubstantiated. I think people found a woman wearing a MAGA hat and some sunglasses on like she's trying to disguise herself. And they found a picture of someone, an FBI agent, former FBI agent, who looks similar to that woman. I don't think so. And I'm not going to engage in the conspiracy theories because if there was a conspiracy to kill Donald Trump in which the federal government was complicit, he would be dead. And that is not the assassin they would have used. So I'm not going to engage in that. I think it was someone who was politically radicalized one way or another that took a shot at the president, also took advantage of lax Secret Service. Also, breaking news, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle resigns. U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, who came under scrutiny for the agency's failure to prevent the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, has resigned, according to two sources familiar with the decision. Cheadle had faced calls to step down since the shooting at a Trump rally on July 13th, which left one attendee dead and two others critically injured. In an interview with ABC News after the attack, Cheadle called the incident unacceptable, and it was her responsibility to ensure nothing like that would ever happen again. The buck stops with me, she said. I am the director of the Secret Service, and I need to make sure we are performing a review and that we are giving resources to our personnel as necessary. Cheadle said during the interview she would not resign from her role, a claim she repeated during House testimony yesterday. During the contentious hearing, Cheadle called the assassination attempt on Trump the most significant operational failure at the Secret Service in decades. The Secret Service's solemn mission is to protect our nation's leaders. On July 13th, we failed. Cheadle said that in her testimony before the House committee. As the director of the United States Secret Service, I take full responsibility for any security lapse. We are fully cooperating with ongoing investigations. We must learn what happened. So there you go. She's out. They called her a diversity hire, which is not nice. I think, damn. Yeah. They're going to say that about Kamala, though, that she's a DEI presidential candidate. DEI presidential candidate who is going to litigate the case in the campaign against Donald Trump probably better than anybody else. There isn't even another Democrat that I can think of that provides a better contrast. We know how Trump feels about women. Now he's facing off against a woman. We know how Donald Trump feels about law and order. It's basically law and order for everybody else, but when it comes to him, the laws that he follows are optional. I think that's fantastic. I do want to address, Simeon had sent in a text message talking about Kamala Harris is, he says, good on abortion, tough on crime when it comes to harsh treatment of black men. So this is the part that has me just a little bit perplexed. Prosecutors don't put anybody in jail. And I know that y'all know that. What prosecutors do is they introduce and discuss evidence of someone committing a crime. It is judges in California that have sentenced black men. So and a lot of y'all know the criminal justice system because you have faced prosecutors before. You guys have been to Milwaukee County Circuit Court before. You guys have had a DA or an assistant DA bring charges up against you and try and prove the case. But here's the thing. If there is no charge, if there is no evidence, no prosecutor is putting anybody in jail because they won't have any evidence. So somebody explain that to me in a way that I can understand it, because we are blaming a prosecutor who they represent the state. They say, hey, this person right here maybe committed this. Here's the evidence and the information that we have. Here is video footage. Here is other evidence, here is blood, here's the gun, here's their fingerprints. And so when prosecutors introduce that information, that evidence and those exhibits, how does that put somebody in jail that didn't do the crime? Unless you think that Kamala Harris was working in cahoots with judges to just lock up black people. Prosecutors only can introduce evidence that exists to prove someone's guilt. But then the person who's being accused has a defense attorney that is provided to them whether they have money or not. That is in the Constitution. That is a guarantee. You are guaranteed an attorney. So how is Kamala Harris responsible for locking up black men unless she just manufactured a bunch of fake evidence just to put black men in jail? And I find that rich coming from people that have an intimate relationship with the criminal justice system. African Americans do. If somebody steals your car, the prosecutor will take the evidence, maybe your Ring camera footage or somebody else's video footage. They may get fingerprints and other evidence. Sometimes people that steal cars, they leave evidence in the vehicle. They may leave their wallet. They may leave their cell phone. A prosecutor then takes all of that information, that evidence, and tries to substantiate that, yep, this is the person, this is the Kia child that stole your car. Why would you blame the prosecutor for looking at the evidence that was left at the scene and evidence that was collected and finding somebody guilty? Now, we can't be over here sounding like Trump now that when we do stuff and there's evidence of the crime that we committed and we go to jail because we broke state or federal law, we can't put that on the person that prosecuted us. Because if you didn't commit the crime, there wouldn't be no evidence. Savanna, your car might be getting stolen right now as we speak.
Stop playing. Don't say that.
No, I'm just saying it might be.
No.
But if it is stolen, you can't prosecute me for it because I'm in here with you right now.
Why not? You might have somebody doing something.
Somebody trying to steal you. What kind of car you got?
not telling
A Hyundai Sonata. What you got? You look like you drive an Altima. You got an Altima?
No.
What you got, an SUV?
No, I have a crossover.
So a small SUV.
Yes.
It's a Toyota?
Nope.
It's a Hyundai?
No.
Tell me you don't drive
Not anymore.
You used to have a Hyundai. Is it a
my
Kia?
mom used to.
Is it a Chevrolet?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. All I'm trying to say is, if somebody steals your car, and no, we don't want anyone to steal your car, Savanna. The prosecutor can't just say, oh, Sherwin did it and just lock me up. No. There's going to be evidence of somebody that stole your car, and that's who the prosecutor goes after. They're a very necessary part of our criminal justice system, and just because a prosecutor has evidence doesn't even mean that somebody is guilty. You want an example? I got a good example for you. His name is Orenthal James Simpson. Oh, they tried to prosecute him, didn't they? And then he didn't get in trouble for that. He got in trouble for something else. Because we're going to hear a lot of that coming from the Trump side, like, oh, she locked up a bunch of you black people. Black people don't vote for Kamala Harris because she hates the blacks. Do y'all know that black people sometimes commit crimes? Asian people commit crimes. Latino people commit crimes. The whites commit crimes. The whites commit a lot of crimes. They love criminality very much. They do many criminal things. They do all sorts of crimes and criminal things. Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. He's got a whole bunch of crimes he committed. Kamala Harris probably hasn't committed really any crimes. Donald Trump has committed a lot. I heard somebody say that Donald Trump's selection for running mate J.D. Vance has no convictions because he was totally anti-Trump back in 2016. He even called Trump Hitler. Said that he was even considering voting for Hillary Clinton. This is J.D. Vance, the conservative MAGA Republican U.S. Senator from Ohio. At a very short period of time, he went from being as anti-Trump as you can possibly get, saying that Trump was like Hitler, saying he was considering voting for Hillary Clinton. And J.D. Vance has always been a Republican, but couldn't stand Trump whatsoever. So people are saying, oh, he's wishy-washy. He doesn't have any convictions. But then somebody posted on Twitter, they said, J.D. Vance don't need no convictions because Donald Trump has 34 of them. That's so funny. I find that very hilarious and very funny. All right, let's take a break, shall we? You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM, and we hope that Savannah's car has not been stolen. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Attention, Milwaukee County. When it comes to stroke, every second counts. Remember to be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T.
B, balance. Are you having trouble with coordination or balance? E, eyes. Sudden blurred or double vision. Have you lost sight in one eye or both? F, face drooping. Is your smile lopsided or your face numb or drooping? A, arm weakness. Are you having difficulty reaching for things? Does your arm drift downward when placed in front of you? S, speech difficulty. Is it difficult to speak? Try saying, the sky is blue. Does that come out correctly? T, terrible headache. Are you having pain in your head? Experiencing more than one of these symptoms? Time to call 911.
Remember, recognizing these signs and acting fast can save a life. If you or someone you know experiences these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. This message is brought to you by the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management. Stay informed, stay safe.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives, from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When I tune into the YouTube chat, I have to follow every single statement, otherwise I get lost. Jamel says, so based on what you just said, we won't be able to listen to the other shows on the network because they are rife with misinformation. I have no idea. I don't listen to other shows. I barely listen to my own show. I listen to my show because I'm doing it. I hear what I'm saying, but I don't really go and listen to other shows. Now, I may listen to Carrie and Ben on my way home, but that's only 10 minutes. But no, I don't really listen to shows. I don't know really what my other colleagues talk about. I have an idea because I know them as people, but do I sit and listen to Dr. Ken's show 2 hours a day, 5 days a week? I do not. Do I listen to Tori's show 3 hours a day, 5 days a week? I do not. I know that they engage different topics. They have different callers. They have different people that text them. I just know what I am here to do, and I can't worry about what somebody else does. All right. Corey says, I'm learning the proper legal vocabulary and wish a Sherwin would follow his own protocol. The worst thing you can call somebody is a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. What's going on with the YouTube chat now? So I think somebody alludes to my bias. I make that abundantly clear. I'm also biased because I'm black. If you were looking for objective commentary, watch Fox 6. Watch announcers, because that's all those people are. Listen to NPR on the radio. If you want someone to just read some headlines to you, then that's for you. I'm not here to be, let's weigh the merits of a Trump presidency. Never. There should be none. He shouldn't even be the nominee. Republicans are too soft on crime for me. I like safe neighborhoods. The Republicans think that a felon should be their top dog. No, thank you. Yes, I'm biased. Of course I am, and so are all of you. Here's the good news. We share the same bias. Objective fact. Fact is fact.
Period.
Thank you. You know what? So, Corey, we ain't going to let you forget. Just because you real super gay and wore a pink sequin sport coat to my last Beyond the Mic, we ain't going to let you forget that you're a Trumper. No, he is. He said it a whole bunch of times. And now he sees he's on the outside looking in because all of his people now are getting 100% behind Kamala. And I heard him yesterday when he called Carrie and Ben's show. He sang the Culture Club song, Karma, 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 Chameleon. And he did a real bad job of it. I think that's him denouncing his Donald Trump ways. But, Corey, we don't want people that are soft on crime because Trump supporters are very soft on crime. We have crime in our neighborhoods. And I think that Donald Trump would be a good steward of reducing crime in our neighborhoods because he's a criminal as damn so. But, Corey, we ain't going to let you forget that. So I don't know how you can call me a hypocrite when you were proud to be a Trumper. And I don't blame you for being embarrassed. But, look, everybody gets to change their mind when presented with new information. It's perfectly fine. Just don't let us screw up like that happen again now.
Yeah, it's okay, Corey.
All right. Even Jesus will forgive you 66 times in a day. I won't, not 66. Jesus might be a little soft on crime too, though, when you think about it.
Jesus gonna do it. Jesus gonna do it.
Seriously. I forgive you, my child, but that is the 65th time today. Please, my child, commit no more sins and no more crimes. All right. Katie says, hey, Eastside Corey, I can think of worse things. I'll tell you when I see you, but everyone has their own views. In my opinion, this is what Corey says. Eastside Corey. In my opinion, I think if you don't try and present in a non-biased way, you wind up becoming the very thing you're trying to avoid. Kamala brings energy to the party, which makes everything interesting. Okay, none of this stuff is making any sense to me. What else here? Not Really a City Girl says, I'm happy that Joe took some stress off his back. He's old and should be enjoying the rest of his days he has left. He just needs to sit back and steer Kamala because she surely has that torque. Robert Coleman says we must come together as people and realize how important this election is for us. Robert, I agree. Katie says she's the only option. Spread the word. Okay, it all makes sense here. All right. Taxi driver says not fans, citizens who want the best outcome for this election. Somebody, I think in the talk to text line, asked if Kamala could actually win this election. So, yeah, she can, but it's going to take a tremendous amount of effort from all of us. I'm going to do my part. I hope you guys do your part too. And your part is not tweeting and posting on Facebook. Your part is talking to your friends, talking to your family, going and knocking on doors, signing up for a volunteer shift. Make some text messages, make some telephone calls, and donate your money. Y'all got money. I've seen how much money you spend at my Beyond the Mic events. Let me say how much money y'all spent at the first one. And the first one, I'll admit, it was not perfect. It was hot. We ain't have no music. We ain't had no food, but y'all still showed up and showed out. In fact, y'all spent so much money that when I go back to Gibraltar, I don't pay for anything because of how much money y'all spent. Y'all have money. By the end of the week, the Harris campaign will probably have something like $450 or $500 million, and a good piece of that is going to be from small donors. If you really are committed to this effort and pushing back a radical agenda that you know is going to disproportionately harm us, not to mention women, that's the part I still can't understand. Like, why are there still so many women that are supporting Donald Trump? Do you know how mad men would be if a group of women politicians made up some legislation about our bodies, what we could do as men with our bodies? We wouldn't stand for it. We would all change parties. We would volunteer for the candidate that wants to protect our body autonomy. It just makes no sense to me how women can go for that. Because the women that I know are very strong. They're intelligent. They're opinionated. You can't tell them what to do, even if it's helpful. You can't tell a woman what to do. I can suggest stuff to a woman, but I can't tell women what to do, nor do I want to, because I trust the judgment of women. But now you have the government. The government is telling women what they can and cannot do. And when you think about it, that is a liberal viewpoint. When you want the government so involved in someone's decision making, the government is making up the rules about a woman, what she can do with her own body. That's a liberal viewpoint. You know what a conservative viewpoint is? Government, stay out of my business. Leave me alone. I'm smart enough to make my own decisions without the government all up in my uterus. And I don't even have a uterus. But if I did, I wouldn't want nobody in there except what's supposed to be in there. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, but you know exactly what I'm saying. You know what I mean. I wouldn't want nobody all up in my uterines and my fallopian tubes. Just like men, we don't want nobody in our grocery bag and our tallywhacker. I'd be real mad if a bunch of women said, well, we're going to legislate the tallywhacker. Ha, 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 you can't use it. Only you got to get permission from the government before you can tallywhack. We would say, hell no. Exactly. I can't believe that women are just... And I got Lisa online, too, she doesn't even vote. I need to stop talking to non-voters, too, because they're going to end up selling people on also not voting. Like, why would you not vote when the fate of the world, literally the fate of the world, is in our hands right now? And yes, I read it yesterday somewhere on the internet or in an article somewhere, black people got to save the world again. Why we always got to save the world? Because we were made to save the world. We're world savers. We always save America from America. That's why that's why we're so important.
Negro, please.
What's that mean, Savanna? I like saving the world. It makes me feel like a hero.
To what extent? Who's going to save you? Who's going to save the black community?
My people. I always rely on my people. When I need something, my people come in the clutch. I owe my life to my people because y'all have given me a dream career. Black people, stop it! My people have shown up for me and helped me and supported me and listened to me for over a decade. I love black people. We are supportive. We are very loving and very affectionate. And yes, we are going to save the world because nobody else is equipped to do it. Let's talk to WB. Who is this? Going once? Going twice? WB? Who is this?
Somebody else. Yeah.
I don't know who that was. Oh, I think I know who that was. He can't call the show yet. Why'd you put him through, Savanna?
Why not? Him specifically, why not?
Because we agreed that he's unable to call the show.
Who agreed to that?
Oh, it's before you got here. Let's talk to Lisa. Lisa, you're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, I had a question.
Oh, you're a different Lisa. You're a much better Lisa than the other one that calls because the other Lisa's not a voter. You sound like a voter.
I was going to say, I'm a voter.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question, and it might be simple, but if they were to ask Biden to retire, go away, doesn't that automatically make Harris president? And if she's automatically president, she would be president for how long until the election? And then it seems like it would be a better, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think it would be better for her because who's going to kick out a president that it's only been in for a couple months?
Okay.
They need to...
A couple of things we got to clear up here, Lisa. I do appreciate your call. Joe Biden is not resigning the presidency. He's just not seeking a second term. That has happened before. Harry Truman in 1952 didn't seek a second term, and Lyndon Johnson in 1968 did not seek his party's nomination for a second term. He's still going to finish out his term as president. So he's not resigning. And even if he did resign, the transition from one president to another would take longer than we even have for this campaign. Because the people that Joe Biden has appointed, something like 4,000 people, even if he did step down from the presidency, Kamala Harris would be serving in a federal capacity with people that weren't selected by her. She'd have to manage all of that. She'd have to transition and, have her input on policy of, over all these different federal departments and run a campaign where she only has 105 days left. So no. He's not resigning. And the other thing is we don't want the only two presidents in American history to actually resign to be Richard Nixon, who resigned under scandal, and then Joe Biden. So no, he's not. He's going to finish his term. He's going to tidy everything up. And then in the event that Kamala Harris is elected, then the transition will take place between November 6th and January 20th, 2025. I hope that clears it up.
Can I tell you why I asked that question?
Yes.
Is because I was hearing on the radio yesterday that they were wanting to command him to give up his position because they said he couldn't run a race. I mean, so they're thinking he can't run the country. And
no, that's Republican propaganda. No, they're trying to...
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bunch of nonsense. No, he's just not seeking a second term. But here's the thing. Nowhere in the rules does it say a president has to run for 2 terms. He also alluded very early on that he was going to be a transformational, potentially one-term president. He was going to bridge the gap between his generation and a younger generation, and that's exactly what he did. Where the country was when he took office in 2020, we had a bunch of issues going on. We had COVID going on. We had a lot of civil unrest because of George Floyd. Joe Biden acted as a stopgap and a peacemaker because a second term of Donald Trump when the country was in that kind of turmoil would have been disastrous. And he made it clear, it's like, I may not be doing this forever now. I'm just going to get the ship right again. We're going to create some jobs. We're going to get COVID under control. We're going to do some student loan forgiveness. And then I'm going to step away. And that's precisely what he did.
Very good. Thank you for your history lesson.
All right. Thank you for calling, Lisa.
Thank you.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Wisconsin State Fair is back.
From August 1st to Sunday, August 11th, check out Spin City Amusement Park and all the tasty new food.
You're right, Juice.
But before the Juicy Jammers even think about attending State Fair, they should call into Jammin' with Juice to win a 4-pack of tickets.
A 4-pack of tickets? It's amazing.
So call in, Juicy Jammers, to Jammin' with Juice for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets.
So you can enjoy the rest of your summer riding the wave.
Now sip on that.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place? You know, that spot that only you know about? And instead of what you came for, you found something a little different. What if instead of your private stash, you found a simple phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Would you make the call? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/thereishelp.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Cousin Subs features only the finest Wisconsin-made cheeses and dairy on their menu. And now the time has come for even more cheese, as Cousins is happy to introduce their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. Order this cheesy treat on their new cheese fries, chili cheese fries, or add cheese sauce to your favorite sub. More cheese? Yes, please. Order today at any location, online, or via Cousins mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Brian, you just type whatever comes to your mind. Y'all need to think about stuff that you type. All right, Brian says, let me just read. So I don't even know why Brian thinks the earth is flat. Why would I ever read a comment from somebody who thinks the earth is flat? Brian says, Kamala got to get 2 endorsements. 2 endorsements and she gets my vote, he says. Endorsement. What? Hold on now. He says endorsement from her black father and an endorsement from Judge Joe Brown. I think her father's dead. I think so. I think her mother definitely is not with us anymore. So, Brian, you go vote for no. Thank you. Go vote for the Flat Earth candidate, Brian. You know who we ain't talking about no more? Robert Kennedy Jr. Dog just, he ain't nobody no more. He wasn't ever anybody in the first place. Remember what you used to call him, Savanna, when we found out he had a worm in his brains?
Oh, wormhead?
Yep. He also is a junkie. You can't elect a heroin addict. I have sympathy for people that are on the stuff. That's the devil. It's very bad. It's killed a lot of my friends. It's really a bad drug. But even a heroin addict would admit, yeah, I shouldn't be president for a variety of reasons.
But I mean, at this point, why not? We got felons.
No. We have not lowered our standard. They lowered theirs. We have not lowered our standard. they have lowered theirs. At least, at very minimum, we're not going to do an IQ test or a mental acuity test for president, which it might be a good idea. We at least should do a drug test.
I got drugs in my booty.
At least, at the very least, we should test them for many drugs. Just, that doesn't mean that they're disqualified from running. It's just you know what you're getting. All right? Not really a city girl says to me, please tell Kamala to put on her game face from this point on. Her constant smiles and laughter make her look soft and weak. There are other countries / people that see that as a weakness. I don't care who sees it as a weakness. I want a president that can smile and laugh and enjoy her time on the campaign trail and enjoy her time with her people and her friends and her family and her supporters. We ain't going to do that to her because she smiles and laughs. It makes her look weak. That's sexist.
But Kamala, y'all need to understand. So in the future, when she wins, you guys have to understand that there's a bison in office. I don't know if you guys know about what us Howard Bison do, but we are the kings and queens of duality. Yes, we can go out and have fun. Yeah. But we're still prosecuting. She's a prosecutor.
There you go.
Okay? She does not play just because she kick in. That's what you're supposed to do because she's a bison.
I like her belly laugh. And the Lincoln Project just put together a new ad where Trump says at one of his rallies, oh, it's one of the best ads I've seen. It's so good. I would play it, but you actually have to watch it for it to make sense. Oh, wait a minute. I have something. Because now that you can play, I can send you a link and you can do the split screen. Stephen A. Smith goes on a 6-minute and 31-second screed just pulling Trump's whole card unlike anything I've ever seen. So maybe we'll play that in hour 3. But no, Kamala, I like her laugh. So here's what happens. So Trump is at a rally. He's very serious. A lot of times at his events, he's an idiot. He just bumbles stuff off and tries to get like punchlines and stuff. But they have a clip of Trump saying, and he was very sincere, I hate when people laugh at me. And they literally did 2 minutes of Kamala Harris with her belly laugh in a whole bunch of different scenarios, and they replayed it again. Trump's like, I hate when people laugh at me. And there's Kamala just cracking up in a 2-minute series of clips of her laughing. So I love her laugh. I love that she's not all stuffy. I don't like stuffy presidents. I don't like people that are too serious. I don't trust people that are too serious all the time. But here's the thing, just like all of us, when it's time to get down to brass tacks and it's time to get to work, we get to work. She's a human being like everybody else. And yeah, she likes to laugh. Her laugh is authentic. When Kamala laughs, she's not kidding. Like whatever that was said, it must be funny if she's laughing. So no, why would you have somebody change their personality? Y'all always saying politicians are fake. She is as authentic as they get. I don't want anybody changing who they are. I want the real, authentic human being. And we got a great sense of humor here. Savanna, you're very funny. I'm the funniest person most people have ever heard. So you know the people like my sense of humor. I'm very funny, Savanna. People tell me all the time. First thing they tell me is like, oh my God, Sherwin. No, first thing they say is, you don't look like you sound. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. But then they say, oh, Sherwin, I enjoy your show because you're funny. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then they go back to saying, you don't look like you sound. What does that even mean? What are you expecting? I have a velvety smooth, almost a buttery texture to my voice, and I'm not sure if you're expecting someone who is unattractive, but I'm like a 9. What? Don't say a word. I am. Put a poll up right now on YouTube. Oh, no, don't, please don't do that, Savanna. Don't. I'm good, honestly. I'm a good, like, I'm 8 territory. 7.7 between 7.8. I'm 8-ish. If you round up, I'm a solid 8. Savanna, stop it. I don't want, because people are just going, you know what's going to happen is only one person is going to answer the poll, and it's going to be Eastside Quip. He's a 10.
Well, Zuri might answer. She has a crush on you.
She does. She's hot in the pants. All right, I got to take a break. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for hour 3.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Coming with straight truth.
Contrary to popular belief and contrary to suburban idiocy, crime is nowhere near what they say on TV.
You calling me an idiot?
I didn't call you an idiot. I said some of the people that live in suburbs that are white that think about crime in the city as if it happens every day. People are getting slaughtered and killed is grossly inaccurate. But you don't know because you're not here. You don't live here.
Listen to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Carrie, where's Tori Lowe and Dr. Ken at? I'm trying to knock these commercials out.
How am I supposed to know, Sherwin?
Well, I'm about to do their parts because my impressions are on point anyway. This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon, and I want you to download the Truth app in the Google Play Store and Apple Store so you can never miss my show or any of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Really, Kyle?
Sherwin, you are crazy.
Sherwin, your impression of me is horrible. Move. Give me my mic. I guess I'll just repeat what Sherwin said. Go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store to download the 1017 The Truth app today so you can take the home of Milwaukee Black Talk with you wherever you are.
Can't listen live? Download the new 1017 The Truth app on your smartphone today to catch up on all your favorite shows. Search 1017 The Truth on your Google Play Store or Apple App Store so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Loss of sight won't blind our vision. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Welcome to Hour 3 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Here is the question. Can she win? Yes. And I got information that can back that up, but it's not going to be easy. They're going to be very mean to her. They are going to pull out all of the sexist and racist tropes they can. Here's what I want you to be mindful of, because now the Trump campaign, they've been thrown into a tailspin. They got to retool literally everything. Their entire platform, their whole campaign was based on Joe Biden being the old guy who doesn't know what's going on. Joe Biden falls all the time. Joe Biden stumbles over his words and forgets stuff. Now Trump is the old guy that falls and stumbles all over his words. Now Trump is the one who is completely unhinged and suffering from the early stages of dementia. So they're going to have to pivot. And pivot they most certainly will. And they're going to use race unlike you have ever seen race before. And so this is what I want you to watch for. When they use race to discredit Kamala Harris and all she is and all she has accomplished, black people are still going to be riding with Trump, even though they're going to use race against her. So you are literally going to witness in our country black people co-signing a white campaign's racism. That is going to be the most egregious thing that we may see. But I have an article here from The Hill that kind of like sorts out what this campaign is really about and what it comes down to. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, let's talk to Security Mike. You're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm all right, Sherwin, man. I want to give you congratulations, man, because you called this. You called all this when you said COVID gonna hit, but that might be the chance for him to move out gracefully. All that happened, Sherwin, man. You like Jimmy the Greek, man. If you remember that guy, you used to call the football games. You called all of this, man.
Yes, I did. Thank you for recognizing that.
I don't know how you saw this, man. You called it all. And what's going to hurt them? Yeah, all this racism going to come out. And it's going to peel about 5% of them brothers and sisters that's on the side to come off, man, because that's going to hurt. Y'all walking over there with the white supremacists, and all this going to show out because she cannot talk to this guy. That's a prosecutor against a criminal. He's not going to be out talking. And that other guy is more racist than his vice VP is more racist than he is, and he don't know what to say but racist stuff. So, man, you called it, man. I'm going to give you a congrats, man.
Thank you.
You called it.
All right.
You called it, man. Yeah.
All right, Security, man. I sure did. I laid this whole thing out almost exactly how it happened. The COVID thing I was skeptical of. I don't know. Maybe he has it, maybe he doesn't, but the timing of it was very unusual. This allows him to go home to Delaware, entertain a number of people to come and talk to him and explain to him why it was a good idea for him to drop out of the race, and a way in which he could pass the torch but still go out like a hero. Because here's the thing. There's no guarantee that Joe Biden would have beaten Donald Trump, and if that was the case, we'd be in a lot of trouble. But there also is no guarantee that Joe Biden would have had a majority in the U.S. Senate, and he probably wouldn't have had a majority in the House, so his second term would have been wrought with impeachments. The way the Democrats impeached Trump, although the Democrats had real high crimes, misdemeanors, and evidence to impeach Donald Trump, the Republicans, if they had control of the House of Representatives, they would impeach Joe Biden on anything and everything. Hunter Biden's laptop, Hunter Biden's holes, Hunter Biden's cocaine. They would have impeached Joe Biden on everything. So Joe Biden could have gone out as a two-term president with his second term being a complete miserable failure. Now Joe Biden goes out like a boss, and he says, I'm going to turn over the keys of this country to a Howard University bison, to an AKA ski-wee.
Negro, please.
Joe Biden goes out like a champion, like a real patriot. Got this country right again. Now, is everything perfect? It is not. But he gets to go out like a real true American hero, and I got to respect him for that. Because you know that's not easy when everybody tells you that you should quit because of your age, when everybody tells you you're a drag on the ticket, when Democratic candidates for the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate say, dude, we can't win if you're on top of the ticket. That's got to hurt. But he was like, you know what? I'm a player about mine. If you need me to drop out, that's fine. I only wanted to be a transformational president anyway. And Barack was behind a lot of this. When they talk about top Democratic strategists are meeting with Joe Biden, Barack was very influential. And for those of you worrying that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, who is not going to be Kamala Harris's selection for vice president, if you're worried about where they are, don't even worry about it. We got to save something for the convention. So a lot of Democrats are lining up behind Kamala Harris right now. As of yesterday, she had 196 endorsements from top Democrats, governors, U.S. senators, and members of the House of Representatives. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader in the House of Representatives, they all just came out and endorsed her. When the Obamas endorse Kamala, it is going to be at the convention, because you got to save some like special, like big splash moment for the convention. Savanna, I want you to think of something. I want you to think of when Barack and Michelle Obama walk out on stage at the DNC in Chicago, what is their walk-up music going to be? Ooh, is it going to be Kendrick? It's going to be something, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to make a moment out of that, because everybody going to be speculating. Ooh, how come Barack ain't endorsed Kamala? Where Michelle at? See, Kamala don't have what it takes if Barack Obama ain't going to endorse her. See? And then Obama going to shock your asses. You're like, oh, you thought I wasn't gonna endorse, huh? Is that what you thought? You can miss me with that BS, except he's actually going to say the BS. You knew that I was going to endorse my girl Kamala. What's wrong with you fools? Sick of you blacks thinking I wasn't going to endorse my girl. But they're going to have, it's going to be up next, a special appearance here at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, and it's going to get real dark. They're going to turn all the lights off, and people are going to be like, oh, I don't know who it is. Who is it going to be? I don't know. Is it going to be Oprah? Who is it going to be? We ain't going to know who it's going to be, and then they're going to play a couple bars of They Ain't Like Us, and then the lights going to come on, and Barack Obama's going to be wearing that same pink sequins sport coat that Eastside Corey was wearing in my last Beyond the Mic.
Nice.
I told you, hoes, that I'm about that life. Told you I was going to endorse her. Barack Obama. Let's talk to the town. You're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
With Biden, I don't feel like Biden. They're trying to make it like Biden is going out like a champ, or he just hurt his ankle or whatever like that. But I think if you follow this stuff and you pay attention, I think they already knew that he wasn't going to win, and it wasn't looking good for him. And I think him being sick is a good excuse. You know what I'm saying? But he was doing bad before, a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a messaging problem. All right. So I don't think he. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he like walking off like he like, you know what I'm saying, like a sports star or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like that. I think that he couldn't do the job, and enough people that was in charge of the Democratic, you know what I'm saying, apparatus was like, no, bro, you can't win. I don't know how you're gonna say it, but you gotta get out of here. We gotta put some new blood up in there. With that being said, though, I like what you said about the convention and Obama coming out there, because I was thinking about that. I was just thinking about, like, man, why ain't Obama saying nothing? Because she's behind the 8 ball, you know. She haven't had time to campaign or whatever like that. And the good thing to get the ball rolling in the snowball fashion is to hurry up to bring Obama. Me personally, I don't like when they just bring Obama out in the end, like your trump card at the end. And I guess it worked a couple times, but to me, it's getting kind of old. Why don't Obama be in the forefront and let everybody follow Obama? You know, the way that you pointed right now, and it's a good idea though, because I ain't gonna lie, if Obama and Michelle came out to Kendrick, I don't know about the other races. I know it's gonna get the black people excited. Hey!
They're not like us.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not like us. They ain't like us. They ain't like us.
Right, though. I'm not gonna front, bro. Dude, straight up. Hey, especially A minor. They can hit Trump with that one. They can hit Trump with the A minor line. Yeah. You know his jacket. You know Trump jacket.
Thank you, the town. I appreciate the call. All right. It ultimately was up to Joe Biden. He was the president of the United States. Now, did it take some convincing? Absolutely. But he was going to do the right thing. We all knew he was going to do the right thing. If you see Michelle and Barack coming out to this, they ain't like us. That's right. It's going to be all offbeat. Hey, Michelle, they ain't like us. All right. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Truth Nation, join me and my Truth teammates for my Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer series this Friday, July 26th from 4 until 7 p.m. at Mo Bay Cafe, located at 1022 South 1st Street in Milwaukee. This will be an exciting night as we're going to give away Chula Vista Resort stays, and Dr. Ken will be broadcasting his show live from 4 until 6. And get this, everyone who attends will receive a free ticket to the Wisconsin State Fair. So mark your calendars for this Friday, July 26th from 4 until 7 p.m. at Mo Bay Cafe.
What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have 2 really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place and instead of what you came for, you found a phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. For help with drug use, call 1-800-662-HELP for free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/knowtherisks.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go.
Dr. Ken just came in here and threatened my life per usual, and you, per usual, Savanna, did nothing, so that's cool.
That's not true.
You didn't even take your damn headphones off when you came in here and threatened my life.
No, he said what he said, and I said, okay, well, I will create the funeral arrangements. That was helping you out.
He said, I'm going to walk into the studio and kill your host.
And I said, okay, I'll create the funeral arrangements. Is that not looking out for you?
Nope. The lightning fast coalescing around Harris points to a frenzied desire to move on. The Democratic National Convention is in Chicago in less than a month. The election is a little more than 100 days away. Can we start an election countdown? It's 105 days from today. So let somebody put that on their Facebook and every day post how many days we have left, because we can't lose sight of how many days we have. There are specific reasons why Harris engenders excitement. Of course, first, she's a woman, black person of South Asian descent to serve as president. She's moving toward the biggest prize of them all. A deluge of donations is another maker of enthusiasm for Harris. The Harris campaign, the Democratic National Committee, and related joint fundraising committees said Monday they had raised $81 million, an astronomical sum, in 24 hours. The age issue has flipped to Democrats' advantage. Concerns over the age inequity ended the 81-year-old Biden's career. Harris is just 59. At a stroke, the Democratic vulnerability has been moved off the table, and the 78-year-old Trump will come under greater scrutiny because of his age. The former president has his own slip-ups, including confusing Pelosi's name with his former primary opponent, Nikki Haley, and referring to President Obama on at least 3 occasions when he meant Biden. An ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll in the wake of the Atlanta debate found 85% of adults believing that Biden was too old to serve a second term, but 60% believe the same thing regarding Trump. Expect those numbers to flip. Here's the reminder, and this is how Kamala Harris can win. It's still going to take a tremendous amount of work from all of us, though. Trump is unpopular. The long-standing media focus on the resiliency of Trump's MAGA base has sometimes overshadowed the fact that he is quite unpopular with the American people. According to the polling average maintained by thehill.com and Decision Desk, Trump is viewed unfavorably by 53% of Americans and favorably by only 42%. So if you turn favorability and unfavorability into votes, Trump does not have a plurality of votes. There are not enough people in this country who are registered voters that see him as favorable. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they won't vote for him, because here's a phenomenon. People will vote for someone that they don't like, but they'll never vote for someone that doesn't like them. Hillary Clinton made disparaging remarks about Trump supporters. That hurt her, because I think some of them knew that on paper she was a better representative and a steward of administering the federal government than Donald Trump. But because she called them deplorables, they didn't like that. Now, people will tell you that they don't like Donald Trump, but Donald Trump, he always says he loves them. He loves the poorly educated. He even said on January 6th, after how many hours of being silent, he came out and said, I love you, everybody. Go home. Stop invading the Capitol. I love you very much. He tells those people that feel left behind and forgotten that he loves them.
I love the poorly educated.
Trump is viewed unfavorably by 53% of Americans and favorably by only 42%. And even those figures represent an improvement, perhaps a temporary one, in the wake of the assassination attempt against him in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th. The former president lost the popular vote in 2016 and in 2020. Events since then include the Capitol riot of January 6th, a civil trial in which Trump was found liable for sexual assault of writer E. Jean Carroll, and a criminal trial in which he was convicted of 34 felonies in New York. Put simply, Democrats fancy their chances if they can make November's election a referendum on Trump. The goal is more realistic with Harris as the nominee than Biden. Ever since the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade in June of 2022, Harris has taken the lead in the Biden administration's defense of reproductive rights. That puts her at the tip of the spear of the Democrats' single biggest campaign issue. The abortion rights side has yet to lose any statewide vote on abortion-related ballot measures. The issue is widely cited, including by Trump, as the main reason behind Democrats' unexpectedly strong performance in the 2022 midterms. The other thing about Trump is he's a loser. He lost the Republican majorities in the House and in the Senate when he is on the ballot, when he is in office. In 2018, between 2018 and 2022, more Republican governors have lost. Republican members of the House of Representatives have lost. Republican senators have lost because of him. Why do they want an executive that is a drain and a drag on down-ballot Republicans? They will continue to lose. So I guess that's one of the trade-offs. In the event that Donald Trump does get elected, Democrats are going to clean house, especially in the midterms. And all they're going to do is impeach him again and again and again and again. Harris's status as potentially the first female president makes the abortion debate even sharper. I don't want people, especially men, to underestimate how some women feel about reproductive rights. that is a large issue that does not get discussed enough as a driving force but behind not just the Democrats' energy, but Kamala Harris being a woman. And I'm all for it. Because I know that if I was in that situation where if politicians of any gender were trying to make up rules about what I could do with my body, I wouldn't like that political party at all. And they're going to keep going. They want a national abortion ban. They want to outlaw certain types of birth control. They want to outlaw in vitro fertilization. It is just, it's disgusting. It's disrespectful. It's horrendous. It violates somebody's privacy. It violates decisions that people make about having a family. It's just wrong. Now, if the Democrats can just maintain, continue raising money, continue engaging people. There's a whole bunch of younger voters now because, you know, the young people, they're like, hey, we don't want to vote for these two old people. Now they got Kamala Harris, who is much more youthful than her 59 years would suggest. I swear, I thought Kamala was in her 40s. The way she'd be dancing and stuff, the way she'd be cutting loose, I thought she was way younger, but she's energized a younger base of people. Oh, you have it. How did you do that already, Savanna? You've gotten good at this job.
Thanks.
Hang on, let me get to it. So you have the Stephen A. Smith screed. I can't, shall we play it? So what do I have to do on my end? I just got to sit here and look like a 9?
Like a 7.
That's a little low, I think.
Okay, like a 9, fine.
Thank you. All right. I want to hear it. Play it now. And I don't got to do nothing. Okay. So what do people got to refresh their YouTube? I got to refresh my YouTube in order to see it. Okay. Savannah's going to play Stephen A. Smith litigating this election in a way that is very, very articulate and makes a lot of sense. Okay. Oh, you got it in the corner. I like how you did that now.
Yeah, a little different today.
Okay. Let me push play.
Ready? Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
Now let me get to the Republicans because I got to admit, I'm not talking about the Republican Party. I'm just talking about what's going on right now in terms of what Donald Trump is doing. These folks are getting on my nerves because we got to get to Donald Trump and new running mate J.D. Vance. Both men hit the campaign trail this weekend, Saturday to be exact, in Grand Rapids, Michigan. During a rally, Trump asked the crowd who they prefer he run against. Kamala Harris was met with boos, while then incumbent Joe Biden was cheered by the crowd. The next day, Sunday, that is, Joe Biden withdrew from his re-election campaign because basically donors on the Democratic side, the funds were drying up. They were seeing to it. They were letting them know, we ain't going to support the party if you're going to continue to run because we know you can't beat them. Because the slippage that you've shown is not good enough. So we got to put it in the hands of somebody younger, more vibrant, more ready to go. And we're not engaging in ageism here. We ain't talking about folks based on their age. We're talking about Joe Biden. I'll repeat, we know of other folks in their 80s that are sharper than he appears. But we wish him the best. We're not insulting our president. We're just acknowledging fact. Here's another fact. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are running scared. And Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, he's running scared too. What's up with all of this stuff about how legal action may be taken? Because Biden decided to drop out of the race. Wait a minute. When he took the presidency, initially he alluded to himself being a one-term president, that he was going to be a stopgap to pave the way for a younger generation. He's under no obligation to run for re-election. And the donors who contributed to the Democratic Party, it was to Biden and Harris, not just Biden. So what's the problem with her running now? That's number 2. Number 3, Donald Trump, I know you ain't trying to engage in, dare I say, lawfare, are you? I know you're not trying to do that. Wasn't it you that was on stage saying that the Democrats were engaging in lawfare because they weren't confident they could beat you straight up in an election? Kamala Harris ain't bringing up insurrection. She ain't bringing up the votes in Georgia. She might bring it up to make an argument against you from a character standpoint. She might bring up the 34 felony convictions, but her objective and what she tweeted out, she's saying, yo, Donald Trump, I'm going to beat you. I can beat you. Ain't that what you wanted? You said that's what you wanted. Now, here's Donald Trump with this statement here. Check this out. So, We are forced to spend time and money on fighting crooked Joe Biden. He posed badly after having a terrible debate and quits the race. Now we have to start all over again. Shouldn't the Republican Party be reimbursed for fraud in that everybody around Joe, including his doctors and the fake news media, knew he was not capable of running for or being president? Just asking. Well, listen to the answer from your boy Stephen A. Anybody trying to hear that? You've been talking about Kamala Harris like you would rake her through the coals, like you would beat her. Suddenly, we're not talking about these lawsuits against you, civil or criminal. What we're talking about now is her going up against you one-on-one for the presidency of the United States. I thought this was what you wanted. So I don't want to hear from J.D. Vance. I don't want to hear from Mike Johnson. I don't want to hear from conservative pundits. I don't want to hear about the legal stuff now. This is what you wanted. This is what we all should want. I want to see Kamala Harris go up against Donald Trump. I want to see her ideas for the country versus his ideas for the country. I want to see her talking about her record against him talking about his record. I want to see you going toe-to-toe against one another. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. This is what you said you wanted. So when you bring up potential lawsuits, that's lawfare. That's deviating from what you said the Democrats were doing just because they couldn't beat you fair and square. If you want to bring up lawfare, is it because you scared you're going to lose to Kamala Harris? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. That's what you said. You just asking. I'm just asking. Here's another quote from the real Donald Trump. The Democrats pick a candidate, crooked Joe Biden. He loses the debate badly, then panics and makes mistake after mistake. Is told he can't win and decide they will pick another candidate, probably Harris. They stole a race from Biden after he won it in the primaries. First, these people are the real threat to democracy. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that tweet. You're entitled to your feelings. You're entitled to express your thoughts. Just don't go the legal route. Because by going that route, you're engaging in lawfare. And according to you, that's what the Dems were doing because they couldn't beat you fair and square in an election. You might be right. Or then again, you might not. Let's find out. Let's find out. Straight up, you against her. Getting a little scared now? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I don't know. But bringing up all of this legal stuff with Mike Jackson and Mike Johnson, and J.D. Vance, it sounds scared. Y'all sound scared. What y'all doing being scared of Kamala Harris for? What's up with that? Scared of the ladies now? You scared of the vice president, huh? That's why the crowd was cheering for Joe Biden. You know there was some slippage. He was an easy opponent. You're confirming it's gotten a little bit tougher now, haven't you? Just asking. Just asking.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. I'm just asking, but I'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
I think you're spoiled. You have too many choices. We sometimes forget that having choice is a luxury. I can remember when I was a little kid, I either ate what my mother cooked for dinner or I starved. I didn't have the luxury of choice. Now we can choose anything and everything. We can choose which apps we want to be a part of. We can go and pick a new mate. We can decide what food we want to order. We have an unlimited amount of choice, and I think that we forget that choice is a luxury. You are either a winner or you're a loser. You're either going up or you're going down. You're either free or a slave. You are either woke or you are asleep. Those are called binary choices, and it's tough for people to understand just having two choices in a world that inundates us with unlimited choice. I know you don't like the candidates that are on your ballot come November. Guess what? They probably don't like you either. But you only have a binary choice. You either want this country to excel and succeed and explore new industries and be honest and fair about racial inequity. You either believe in climate change or you don't. You believe in democracy or you don't. You want a country that will do whatever it can to help people, all people, regardless of gender identity, regardless of national origin, or you want to take the low road and vote for the person that only wants to help himself with no regard for anyone else. Choice is a luxury. Unfortunately, too many of us forget that it's a luxury. Binary choice is all you have in November. I hope you choose wisely.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Looking forward to seeing everybody this Friday from 4 until 7 p.m. for our next installment of Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series with me, Sherwin Hughes. This time we're going to be at the Mo Bay Cafe located at 1022 South 1st Street. There's going to be delicious Caribbean-inspired cuisine, great conversations, wonderful cocktails, and everybody who comes through the door gets a free ticket to the State Fair. And we're going to do another Chula Vista Water Park Resort giveaway at the event. And new this month, Dr. Ken is going to be broadcasting his show from 4 until 6 p.m. live and in the building. So we'll see you guys this Friday at the Mo Bay Cafe from 4 until 7 p.m. at our next installment of Beyond the Mic with Sherwin Hughes. Come see all of our Truth teammates. Linda probably be there wearing something inappropriate. Be a good time. The 1017 The Truth Street Team, sponsored by the UW Credit Union, is coming to an event near you. Join the Truth Street Team tomorrow. Well, it's already tomorrow from 5 until 10 p.m. at the Milwaukee Night Market. We're going to be set up right outside the 3rd Street Market Hall on Wisconsin Avenue. 1017 The Truth Street Team is sponsored by the UW Credit Union. They're here for every you. And for the second year in a row, Truth Family Fest is back. It's going to be August 17th at Riverside High School. We're bringing everyone together for a family festival that will include something for everyone. There will be live music, food, and we're giving away backpacks and school supplies and so much more. So mark your calendars for the second annual Truth Family Fest at Riverside High School, Saturday, August 17th. Truth Family Fest is presented by Associated Bank, Milwaukee Public Schools, Gruber Law Offices, Erie Insurance, American Family Insurance, Outreach Community Health Centers, and the Greater Milwaukee Urban League. It looks like there's drop my paper, Savanna. Hold on a second. The Trump campaign is having some buyer's remorse. This is from NewJersey.com. It's a completely different race for Donald Trump now that Joe Biden has bowed out and laid the groundwork for Kamala Harris to be the party's nominee. The Atlantic's Tim Alberta reported earlier this month how Trump's top advisors feared a scenario where Trump would have to face off against someone other than Biden. Well, that time has come, and Tim Alberta is now reporting that some people in the Trump campaign are questioning the decision to tap J.D. Vance as Trump's running mate. The most striking thing I heard from Trump allies yesterday was the second guessing of J.D. Vance, a selection they acknowledged that was born of cockiness, meant to run up the margins with the base and a blowout, rather than persuade swing voters and a nail-biter. J.D. Vance is the wrong VP pick for Trump. This is when they thought Biden was going to stay in the race. So when I said, and that's why Stephen A. Smith went on his screed, the Trump campaign is scared. They do not want to face off against a woman of color, and a prosecutor, but someone who also can be the torchbearer for women's reproductive rights. J.D. Vance makes it abundantly clear he wants a national abortion ban. He also said that women should stay in abusive marriages for the kids. Oh, that's not going to play well. Why do they think that women don't vote? I am so confused at that fact. They thought that they could get arrogant and say, we're going to pick J.D. Vance. Oh, the base loves him. He's going to rev them up. Joe Biden will be easy to beat. Now they're freaking out. You know what else? I think this is another prediction, because I'm very good at making predictions, because, I predicted this whole scenario. I think money is going to start drying up for the Trump campaign. They're going to need to raise $1 billion. And as of yesterday, the Trump campaign only had like $114 million on hand. All told, all in, by the end of the week, the Democrats will probably have $500 million. And that's not just for TV ads and radio ads and digital ads. That's going to be to hire people in communities, to knock on doors and to talk to people and to drop little pieces of literature on your door and to register voters and to make sure people know where their polling locations are and to make sure that people get their absentee ballots, and then to follow up with those people that got their absentee ballots to make sure that they submitted them in time for them to be counted. That is where this money is going to go, but also thoroughly explaining who Kamala Harris is and what she is going to do and how she is the antidote to what is plaguing us in our politics. So let me say this part. This is very important for me to say this next part. We need a Republican Party that creates policies that are an alternative to what the Democrats are doing. That way, the Democrats have to go back to the drawing board and retool their policies so they can be competitive with the Republican alternatives. Right now, the Republican Party has completely surrendered itself to a demigod. Completely. They don't make policy anymore. And they are a party based off of fear. You can't have a successful political party based off of fear. And here's another reason why I don't think many black people are Republicans. We aren't scared of anything. Did y'all know that? Black people are not afraid of anything except dying in a horror movie. That we're afraid of. But other than that, there is very little that this country can show us that we haven't already seen. We are the most resilient people. What the Republicans are doing, the migrants are going to come here, and then they're going to take your jobs, and the migrants in the caravans, they're going to have all of the drugs, and then you're going to die. And you can't have the black people getting the DEI because they're going to take your kid's spot in the colleges. They're using fear. They're afraid of everything. And Trump is the strong man that's going to protect everybody. Even Amber Rose with her bald-headed tattooed face said, I felt safe when Trump was president. What are you afraid of?
A black bald-headed bedbug. You hear me? Slithering around trying to get some blood only at night. Because you don't hear him at day.
It's Amber Rose. Actually, that works for a number of people. She said she felt safe. The strongest people, I thought, are the ones that are vulnerable. They're afraid of us. They're afraid of our success. They're afraid of our progress. And Donald Trump is the one that is going to be their protector. That's because they're all scared. And now, here's the most ironic part of it all. They scared of a black woman, as they should be.
Period.
But they're basing their whole party off of fear. Trying to scare everybody. These people coming over here from other countries don't want nothing to do with you. They're not over here committing more crimes than Americans are. But you're afraid that they will become acclimated to America and they will become citizens and they will become voters and they will see this world the way the rest of us do. You're basing your whole platform off of fear. And now they're seeing that J.D. Vance is going to be a tremendous liability. They are second guessing everything about their campaign. Quote, most striking thing I heard from Trump allies was the second guessing of J.D. Vance, a selection they acknowledged was born out of cockiness, meant to run up the margins with the base and a blowout rather than persuade swing voters and a nail biter. Tim Alberta posted that on Twitter. And actually, you know what I should do? I should post a... Are you guys following me on Twitter? Well, it's not Twitter, it's X. Sherwin, again, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Also, follow Wisconsin for Kamala. WI for Kamala on Twitter as well for updates and different things of that nature. Biden dropped out of the 2024 race for the White House on Sunday, ending his bid for re-election following a disastrous debate with Trump that raised doubts about his fitness for office. The decision comes after escalating pressure from Biden's Democratic allies to step aside following the June 27th debate in which the 81-year-old president trailed off, often gave nonsensical answers, and failed to call out the former president's many falsehoods. Biden endorsed Harris to be the party's nominee. Yeah, but they're scared. Here's what I want, though. I want the Republican Party, I want them to lose. I want them to lose up and down the ballot. I want them to lose control of the House of Representatives, and I want the Democrats to have a monumental majority in the U.S. Senate so we can get back to some civility and to governing. But then I want the Republican Party to say, look, we can't win with this MAGA stuff no more. It's a failure. It's a failure in the midterms. Trump didn't win the popular vote in 2016. He didn't win the popular vote in 2020. He's not going to win the popular vote in 2024. I want the Republican Party to go back to the drawing board and say, we have to reinvent and reinvigorate ourselves. Let's actually be a party that engages people of color and black people. We can put together an agenda for them. We may see the world differently as the Democrats, but African Americans are not a monolith. We're very diverse. We have literally been sitting here and waiting for the Republicans to come up with an agenda that satisfies some of our wants and needs as American citizens. We've been waiting since 1960 for the Republicans to come up with anything, any kind of policy solution other than God and guns that speaks to our unique circumstances in this nation. This may force them to do it. So when you vote for Democrats up and down the ticket come November, you are also casting your vote for a more gentle, kind, civil America that respects people's rights, their authority over their bodies and their freedoms, and creating policy for health care and fully funding public education and infrastructure and lowering the cost of prescription drugs. But you're also voting for Democrats so the Republicans can get their heads out of their proverbial hind parts so they can become a party that governs again. Otherwise, it's just going to be Democrats winning everything all the time. And I'm a little afraid of that, too, because when Democrats get the majority for too long and they get drunk on their own hubris, they start screwing up, too. But we need a Republican Party that actually wants to make policy instead of following someone that they think is the second incarnation of Jesus because he got his ear pierced on Saturday. Oh, he survived an assassination attempt. He must be ordained by God. God wouldn't ordain someone to pay his prostitutes. He paid them money. That's not, I don't know what God some of y'all worship, but that's not the normal God. That's a different one.
If God don't do it, it won't get done.
You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Is Kiana there?
This is she.
Kiana, look, you have won $5,000 from our Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. What was you doing?
I was actually taking a nap.
Hey, wake up. Money calling.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to help my daughter. She's in college.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 101.7thetruth.com.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place? You know, that spot that only you know about? And instead of what you came for, you found something a little different? What if, instead of your private stash, you found a simple phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Would you make the call? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/thereishelp.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I have the latest list of individuals who the vice president, now the Democratic nominee, and she's got way more delegates than she needs to be the nominee officially, who she is considering. And I'm very happy that they hired the law firm headed up by my friend. I can call him a friend. I actually asked him for advice, Eric Holder. So in my intro, there's a conversation that you hear where Eric Holder says, "Hey, man, long time no see, haven't seen you for a while." Like he meant that.
Eric Hubdy?
Eric Holder, the first black and the 84th Attorney General of the United States. He's an actual friend of mine.
I see.
So his law firm has been hired to help the background checks and the vetting process of the people that Kamala is considering. And I have that list. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through it in the last 6 minutes of the show, but I'm going to try. Governor Roy Cooper, age 67, is the governor of North Carolina, a battleground state that Trump won narrowly in 2020. And 2016 that offers 16 electoral votes of the 270 needed to win. He's known for being able to win repeatedly statewide, even as other Democratic candidates have struggled to do the same for roles like the Senate. So when Republicans win other elections in North Carolina, he still, as a Democrat, continues to win statewide. That's very important. So if a state like Wisconsin gets lost, but I don't think it will be, we can pick up a state like North Carolina if Kamala Harris adds Governor Roy Cooper to the ticket. We've got Governor Josh Shapiro, 51 years old, relatively young, is the governor of Pennsylvania, another likely battleground state that has 19 electoral college votes. Biden won Pennsylvania in 2020, which formerly Secretary of State Hillary Clinton lost in 2016. Shapiro was elected in 2022, the same year as freshman Senator John Fetterman. was elected to the Senate. Shapiro ran far ahead of Fetterman, winning 57% of the vote to Fetterman's 51. Shapiro has established himself as a moderate who helped negotiate bipartisan deals when he was in the state legislature and is known for his work as Attorney General when he secured settlements for victims of sexual abuse by the Catholic Archdiocese. He's also been a vocal supporter of Israel amid the country's devastating military offensive in Gaza following Hamas's brutal October 7th attack. Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky, a number of you have mentioned him. Beshear, who's very young, he's younger than me. He's 46 years old. Beshear, who is the governor of Kentucky and has won twice in a deep red state that previously overwhelmingly voted for Trump. As governor, Andy Beshear has been praised for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as multiple crises in the state of Kentucky, including a mass shooting at a bank and severe flooding. Prior to his role, he served as Kentucky's Attorney General. Beshear is the rare Democrat who has been able to win multiple times in a red state and could offer additional appeal to some swing voters. In addition to the support he's received for his leadership during various crises, he's also touted infrastructure and private sector investment in the state of Kentucky since he has been the governor. Unlike other possibilities, though, he probably wouldn't increase Harris's chances of winning in his home state, which is solidly GOP. I think in 2020, Trump got 62 or something percent of the vote in Kentucky, so Kentucky wouldn't be a swing state. This one, I don't know how this man ended up on the list, but Governor J.B. Pritzker, age 59, is the current governor of Illinois, a Democratic state that Biden and Clinton both won handily in 2020 and 2016. Before becoming governor, J.B. Pritzker was a businessman and a philanthropist and is a scion of the family behind Hyatt Hotels. Oh, he got big money. I think he's a billionaire, actually. His family is behind Hyatt Hotels, who've also been consistent and influential Democratic donors. As governor, J.B. Pritzker has established a modest national profile, including remarks he's given attacking Trump and calls he's made for more federal resources to address the immigration crisis in Illinois. Well, what's in it for him? Pritzker has already built some name recognition as a fixture on cable news and has proven to be a vocal Trump antagonist. Pritzker's personal wealth could also potentially be a boon to the campaign, though his own state is not a battleground that would expand the Democratic map. Another person mentioned, Senator Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly is the junior senator from the state of Arizona, a swing state with 11 electoral college votes. He was elected in 2020 by framing himself as a candidate willing to work across the aisle. Previously, Biden won Arizona in 2020, while Clinton lost Arizona in 2016. Senator Mark Kelly is also known for his career as an astronaut alongside his twin brother, Scott Kelly, and as the husband of gun control advocate and former U.S. Representative Gabby Gifford. They tried to kill her. She got shot in the head. Yeah, she was almost assassinated as a member of Congress.
Damn!
Yeah. Senator Kelly has a higher profile than some of the other names that we just mentioned and is respected for both his scientific expertise and contributions as an astronaut in addition to his time in the Senate. He's been a prominent gun control advocate alongside his wife, Gabby Giffords, and made pushing these policies a priority. Given his efforts to appeal to both Republicans and independents in Arizona, he'd be another option who could help with trying to reach those voters. Arizona continues to be an important battleground this time around, including in his Senate race. And then you got this fella, Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg, am I saying it right? Buttigieg, age 42, is a Secretary of Transportation who rose to prominence as a former 2020 presidential candidate. He's staked out more moderate positions and was previously mayor of South Bend, Indiana. He's been known for his media savvy, strong television appearances as an advocate for the Biden-Harris administration. He's also had to respond to crises, including the train accident and chemical spill in East Palestine, Ohio, as well as the Alaska Airlines mishap when a door plug dropped off of the plane. Buttigieg has been a strong spokesperson for the Biden-Harris White House and is well established amongst the Democratic electorate. He is among the youngest of possible choices, would contribute more representation from the Midwest, and could appeal to centrist voters. He's also become the first openly LGBTQ person on a presidential ticket. So there are many choices to choose from. I hope that Kamala Harris chooses wisely, and no, it won't be Michelle Obama. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right.